Welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated, the weekly source for anything gaming with wild Matt and Curbs. Against air.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated. It is episode number 187. It's season 7? Sure, something like that. Curbs is here.
Yeah, I am.
Adam Steiner is also here.
Hello.
He's joining us via Skype video.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike Curbs.
You can see my sexy face. I'm so fancy that I don't get video.
You can also see Joker's his face.
Y'all. I hate that name. I honestly hate that.
Okay, then we're done using it.
Okay.
What's your online
What's your new name? Yeah.
Yeah. Is it just
Hi, Leland. What's up, guys?
what's up?
Breaking our first news.
Yeah,
That's silly.
it is. Very soon.
So it's June 9th, the week before E3, which is crazy to think about. It just kind of snuck up on me for sure.
Hell yeah.
Because I remember hearing about that new PS4 that's not in the news, so we might as well talk about it right now. There's going to be a new PS4 at E3 probably.
Well,
yeah, probably. Will there be? I think it's just going to be a Slim, possibly, but
it's definitely
Neo
gonna be a
apparently
graphics
is.
update, right?
Well,
Or
they
is that
haven't
just the Neo?
said. They haven't actually said anything. They have it code named Neo.
Yeah.
If it's the Slim or if it's a Xbox 4 4K, they haven't confirmed nor denied. Which then a lot of people say that they haven't denied it. Then it's obviously true.
I just think that there's too much information out there for it to be nothing, because it's pretty obvious that it's something.
Well, I think it's a Slim because I don't see them doing that. But
I mean,
their Oculus Rift comp, whatever I can't remember what the hell Sony's VR shit's called, but
I mean,
it's not going to run on the PS4. I don't honestly.
Oh, the VR will run on a PS4 fine. I think that's no problem.
No, it won't. Well, okay, that's a standard game will not run at the 90 frames per second at the 900p. They've already said that.
Well, because there's
like a standard game, so they'll have to be like special shitty games to play in VR.
But there's like that little box that comes with it, right? That's like another like GPU, CPU thing just for the headset, right? But we don't even know for sure, right?
Yeah, they haven't. I'm sure we'll get a whole fuck ton of information next week. So
When is that out?
Next
At the end of the
week's-
year? The VR?
they are saying end of 16 or like by May of or March 17.
I've played the two other ones, the Vive and the
Oculus.
The Oculus. I played the Oculus more, but I don't know. They're okay. Has anybody else tried it?
No, I haven't tried any VR yet, which is kind of upsetting.
I've done a lot of research on them, but have not touched them.
I've seen a lot of YouTube videos of people using them, but that's
Those
pretty
are
much my
good
experience.
Well,
Yeah.
you could if you have a pretty big screen on your phone, you can just get Google Glass. It works pretty well, or you could just make your own cardboard thing if you want to.
Yeah.
It's not too
Like-
hard.
Oh, again, that's just simple VR with some game. The Oculus Rift is something very different.
Yes, for sure. But if you want to like approximate what VR and have a feel for it, it definitely works on the phones. I feel because
Yes.
I played it on a few phones and it's totally fine. Even on my iPhone 5, which is not a big screen, it's still you don't get a big screen in front of you, but it works.
Yeah.
So, do you guys not buy the rumors behind Neo saying that it's basically a PS 4.5 at all?
Oh, I
Matt
totally
is.
believe that. Yes, I believe that that's
I
what it
do
is.
not.
I mean,
that's what it is.
I believe that's what it is because like there's way too many rumors, or maybe because there's too many rumors and maybe it's not true. But I'm hoping that I'm wrong because I think that'd be pretty crappy to release. Basically a PlayStation can do everything better. I don't know. It just seems
the rumors were of the Xbox first, right? And now it just seems like
the
PlayStation
Xbox
got
has
ahead.
something- What is the Xbox's code name? Scorpio?
Scorpio, yeah.
Yo. So that's the issue that I like. It's essentially giving you either in PC terms, it's giving you an AMD gaming rig or a Intel gaming rig. Is kind of the way, like, just Intel's better processors. So you're just getting a higher clock speed, even though the processor in whatever the hell they're giving you is going to be an AMD, because AMD has all that shit tied up for all three systems, actually.
It's been like that for a little bit, actually, too.
Well, it was just this because Sony was doing their own chip for the PS3.
Yes. But
And
the
then
Nintendo stuff was AMD and Xbox as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're just so much more affordable. AMD chips are not bad by any means. I just had to go buy one because my CPU or my power supply blew up and fried my motherboard.
It is a cheaper route to go for sure.
Yeah. And for basic gaming and everything like that, you'll never notice a fucking difference, assuming you get like the higher end processors, meaning the FX series opposed to the APUs. The APUs are.
It really depends what you want to do too, right?
But yeah, like I got the 8-core whatever, so I can still do Premiere, Photoshop, and everything, no fucking problem. So.
Well, the good thing about the 8-core and the new Windows is that you can all set the processors to which one you want, right? You can do like Photoshop, take these 2 cores, you take these 2 cores, yeah. That's why it's good. If you don't do that, I find it not that great, to be honest.
I actually find that, well, at least Windows 10 does a pretty good job splitting everything up. So
okay, I'm still on 7, so.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay, want to talk about games we're playing?
Yep.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Well, honestly, I'll go because I don't have too much. The games I want to get it's Doom, and then it's also Uncharted 4. Those are the 2 games I have to get.
Oh, dude, you haven't played Uncharted 4 yet?
No, but I'm going to buy it online. I just got paid today, so I'm going to get it after the show.
Right on.
But the games I have actually been playing, Battlefield 4, true Battlefield, just it works. It feeds my need for a first-person shooter most of the time.
It's not Hardline.
No, it's not Hardline. Although I do have Hardline. I just don't play it. And then,
I don't blame you.
Street Fighter 5, I dipped my toe in again since I got this kick-ass internet at my new place here. So I've been playing that some more. But it's still weird. I'm not totally into Street Fighter 5. I don't know what else to say. And but Rocket League remains to be awesome. If you haven't played Rocket League in a long time, it's still Rocket League. And there's more stuff. There's like a hockey mode with a puck and stuff. And then the hoop.
Yeah, I really should get back into it.
Like I watched some...
The NBA is in there now officially. Like it's like a licensed NBA thing. It's weird.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's weird. So that's pretty much what I've been playing over the last week or over the last a long time. I have not played that many games. Oh, Devil Daggers. If you've never heard of that on Steam, go check that out.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen anything about it.
Oh, it's pretty cool. Go check it out. It's like $5 or something. Anyways, that's it.
That's affordable.
That's all I got.
Jokers.
Yeah.
Leland? My bad.
Hey, it's fine.
Dick.
So yeah, I've pretty much just been playing Destiny and Division off and on. Really got into Destiny over the past year and a bit, and now there's nothing to play because I've maxed out levels, so I'll only play if people of my fire team are online. I've kind of maxed out most of my characters. Division is a little bit more of a grind, so I'm just bouncing back in between those two. But don't really care too much for Uncharted or any of the other games that are out right now, personally. So pretty much just those two.
That's not bad though, because those 2 games are, the type of game they are. They're pretty time consuming, anyways.
Yeah, and I've already put so much now. It's like,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that next thing, and it was gonna be No Man's Sky, but still is, but wait longer.
The funny thing about Destiny, real quick, is I felt exactly like you do right now about the beta. I played the beta so much that when the real game hit, I was just like, oh no, it's like the same game.
Well, I mean, it's been improved. There's more content. If you wanted to hop in, definitely now would be the time.
Yeah. Like, you're playing PvP? Or are you playing the strikes? Or
I usually just do the raids and stuff.
Okay.
I have a guy in my fire team who I do play with on occasion if we're doing like multiplayer and stuff. But it's like it's casual now. Like where I'm at with the game, I devour the new DLC and then
I don't know what it was, but that game just kind of lost me. I don't know. It got.
I played
I
a
don't know.
fair bit of
Couldn't
it when
hold
it
me.
came out for probably about a month and a half, 2 months, and then haven't touched it at all since.
I mean, that's the game I got with my I bought
It's like-
the bundle for the PS4 bundle. That's how
Like,
I had a
people that-
PS4.
the one or two people I would play with just then started playing other shit. So
I know some people that stuck around to that game for a long time, but I didn't really. Like I said, like the beta was just so awesome, and I loved it so much that when the real game hit, I was just so disappointed that it was pretty much just the same game with like 2 other maps in it. And I was just like, okay,
yeah.
that's
Like the
destiny.
strikes, the strikes is what interests me more so than the PvP, because PvP is essentially just fucking Halo all over again.
Yeah, no, and the thing I liked
But-
about it though is that like all that stuff, the competitive stuff connected to the co-op stuff, so you could if you ever
Yeah.
needed to do
It's
that,
all the same
like, yeah,
here.
it was pretty cool. Like I liked a lot of Destiny, but man, a lot of it was also just I felt short-sighted, just like, oh well, there you go, that's not the game. I envisioned it to be bigger than it was, and that's probably my mistake.
It was definitely fun. I can't take anything away from that game in terms of how much fun I had, but I guess there just wasn't enough there to keep me in.
You guys still talking shit about Destiny?
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
if it's shit talking.
No, honestly, I understand the complaints. It's just, I mean, if you took up the game now, there's so much more to do, and they fixed all the bullshit that you heard about when the game first came
Well,
out.
they
But that whatever.
redid all the what's that stupid guy, or not the guy, but the floating thing that goes around your head. They had Nolan
Oh,
North redo all
Tyrion
the
Lannister.
audio for it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So- Yeah, because Tyrion Lannister showed up for about 8 hours, maybe, and did a paragraph of dialogue, and then deuced out.
well, I don't think that they knew exactly what Destiny was gonna be at that time. I think they were just like, oh hey,
For
we're
sure.
happy with what we got. Hey, we
Yeah.
got a superstar to do our voice over, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, we got DLC to do. Crap.
Yeah, all the money's gone. We can't pay for his trailer anymore.
Let's get the affordable guy that does every game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Curbs, did you talk about what you were playing?
I actually just bought Division a couple weeks ago. It was on sale at EB Games. So I've been playing a little bit of that. I only really play it with my brother right now, but I am looking to play it a lot more.
What version do you play?
PS4.
Okay.
Oh, bro,
PS4.
send me a message.
I shall. Right now we're just level 11 just because I'm trying to...
Don't send me-
yeah, I know. I'm kind of going slow just because we only play together, so
Right.
haven't been able to level up as fast as I would like to, but hopefully that'll change soon. GTA Online, I just hopped in yesterday for the first time in a while just because the new update came out. Uncharted 4 I beat a couple weeks ago. Loved it. It was such a good ending to at least Nathan Drake's story. Afterwards, it kind of made me want to buy the Nathan Drake collection, so I did that and realized that the first Uncharted
Not so good.
not so good.
Wasn't Uncharted 3 a pretty good end to Nathan Drake's story? I thought it pretty much wrapped up at the end of the
Yeah,
third one.
The ending to the ending to the fourth one, man, is just
Oh, I believe it. I believe
It's
it. That's
so
the only
good.
reason I want to play it is the story.
it really wraps it up quite nicely, I thought. But yeah, the going back to playing the first game, I'm just in the first few levels, and I'm like, this is
Yeah,
it's-
the control is.
oh my
horrendous.
god, it's night and day.
Like I played 1, 2, and 3. Like in a row. Like I
Yeah,
never bought 2 when it first came out. Then I pre-ordered 3 and then got 1 and 2 and then played through and the first one was hard to play through. Even after, because I played it so far after the fact, there were so many better games out. That
Right.
had better controls. It just felt clunky. And then you played the second one. It felt so good.
It
And then
smelled
the
so
ending
good,
was-
too.
well, that's the thing. Like, I haven't touched. I've only played like maybe the first 2 hours of it, and I haven't touched it since. I'm like, I want to go back because I do want to play through the whole story again, but it's just like it's so hard to get through just because you got to sit there and you know that the animations get better with every game, but it's just the controls and it's just wow. I didn't realize it. Like it was that game was unbelievable when it first came out.
Was it a launch or did it come out just after launch? Did anyone?
Pretty sure it was after. There's no way it was a launch.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's just how far the PS3 games came within their generation of
Yeah, because what was that launch PS3 game where you had like that disc that you threw at people and then it spun and it came back at you and it was like a cover shooter?
Oh wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Not a
D.
fucking clue.
With a D, right?
Well, sorry, what did you
With a
say?
D. It was something with a D, right? Like dark.
Oh yeah, Dark Sector. Is
Dark. Sector,
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
I never
You
would
had
have
the-
remembered
the
that.
glaive.
that is a
Oh.
launch title right there. Right there. Yeah,
I just-
no, Uncharted came at least a year after it. At least.
It's just
Yeah.
sorry. It's just crazy because with like it's they did update the graphics a little bit instead of using in-game models. They're using the cinematic models, but like I remember the big thing with the first Uncharted was, oh man, his clothes stay wet when he goes in the water. And like that's kind of cool, but it's completely like, especially after playing, like I finished Uncharted 4 and then a couple hours I was playing Uncharted 1, and that just kind of I was surprised to
Going back in time is very, very hard.
Yeah.
Especially with some of that stuff, because I think I played Gears of War on the PC not too long ago, and I think that game still kind of stands up, because even back in the day, it was just like, hey, run up to this thing, hug it, shoot a bunch of shit, move forward, and it's still kind of that game.
I think Gears 1 holds up really well.
Yeah, because the storyline was just, oh my god, we're just soldiers, and then Kim dies, oh shit, that's the story.
Spoilers. Yeah, and then the last thing I've been playing is MLB The Show. I always play it, so it's not really a surprise. I'm just gonna stop mentioning it. Actually,
Like, what's the year on that game now?
17.
Oh, okay.
They're on the
Wait,
7th
no, it's
episode
16.
of
It's
MLB The
16.
Show.
It's 16. It doesn't. I'm thinking hockey. Hockey this year is gonna be 17.
How's the hockey now? Did they change anything, or is it still just the same bullshit with the 2 analog sticks?
They changed a lot. I actually bought it, traded it in, then bought it again because my friends wanted to play with me, and then I traded it in again.
I don't think I ever played a next gen one. Now that I think about it,
I think the problem with me in NHL games now is that I've played so many NHL games in my life that I'm just kind of I need to take a break. I think like, it's fun. It looks really good. It feels really
the whole
good.
1 year thing is pretty bullshit.
Yeah.
In the first place.
Oh,
Is the problem.
the last time I got serious about an NHL game was like 11 or 12. One of those two.
I think you'll like. I mean, if last year's version is any indication, I think you'll like the new one when it comes out. But I'd wait for that one.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a demo that drops not too long from now, with a month or two. We're getting near that window, Curbs.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting it's June. It's already been half a year.
Oh yeah, it's almost halfway through June.
Oh, that's true.
All right, Steiner, what you been playing?
I replayed the Mass Effect trilogy.
Nice.
Which was interesting. Now, after replaying everything, as I said, going back in time is difficult. The first Mass Effect is still my favorite.
I believe that.
Just the way they let you actually run around and do shit, opposed to it just being level by level by level. Like the second one was certainly the worst of the three to my preference, just because they were fucking levels. You went in, you did a level, you came out, did some other shit, talked to some people, you went in, did a level, came out. The third one was a little better than that. They actually gave you XP and a little bit more decisions in the ways of what mission you wanted to play. But like, yeah, in the third one, there was a lot of shit that happened that you had no fucking control over whatsoever, which I guess goes back to the way they were talking about like how everything you had a decision in. The way they made it, though, is that it took decisions that you made in the first and second game and then gave you an auto outcome based upon that.
Right.
Is the way the third one worked, which really annoyed the hell out of me as I was playing it, because I'm like, the Solus dies, and I'm like, you get to pick if Rex is still alive. You then either pick you clear the genophage or you don't. And then if you
Well-
don't clear the genophage, Rex dies, and if you do, then Solus dies.
See that, and
I'm just gonna say something really quick. I feel like a lot of games that had that kind of thing back in the day didn't even advertise it. It's not like, hey, there's like a
Yeah.
million endings to this game. It's just, hey, there's a million endings to this
Mass
game.
Effect
That's
didn't
how.
it?
Well, yeah, no.
Mass
They never
Effect-
said a
Mass
million
Effect-
endings. They said like
Yeah.
there's a million possibilities and stuff,
Right.
but there was never a
Now,
million
the
endings. But like
thing
back in the
is-
day, like games like this, like Mass Effect, it was just like whatever. That's how games work. But now, like, of course, it was only going to be like a few decisions at the end.
There were 4 different outcomes with then varying levels of destruction based on those outcomes. So that if you think about it, there were there was actually probably about 16 to 24 different endings, but there were really only 4.
see
And
that,
that's after the add-on thing that when everyone bitched and
Right.
complained. So they added 2 different endings.
Yeah.
It was originally only 2, and then they added 2 others.
and it's for that reason that like for me, my favorite game in that series is the first one, and then the second one's probably my second favorite. And the reason is like, yeah, it was more linear after the first one, but it at least attempted to make you feel like you were still basically in your own little story, that you're deciding everything, because it and even if it was just a visual trick, that it was just tricking you.
Yeah, no, I
it did
agree.
give you more dialogue options, and that was one of my problems with the third game, is that you only had like 3 options, and it was very clear that you were either picking good or bad
Oh.
or neutral. At least
That
from
was
my
the same way in the second one.
Really?
That
I
you
thought-
had good, bad, or neutral. In the third one, you had good or bad. There was no fucking neutral.
Right, that's what it was.
And well,
Um,
I played a little bit of the first one. I didn't really like the series as a whole, but the first and the second one, when you picked some options, it was a little bit more open ended. What would happen? It's just like maybe you would pick the bad option, and it's like, whoops, that turned out to be the good option. They didn't do that in the third one, really.
No. Now, where things get interesting in that trilogy, though, is like I saved the council in the first game. So if you didn't save the council in the third game, I have no fucking clue how 3 plays out, because you go and save the council again. So I'm assuming it's just different voice actors.
Or
it's not
they
like- I'm
probably
not
give
sure
you
how they did it.
a bullshit reason of why the council's still there.
No,
No?
the council dies. So you'd have different
I don't remember. It's so long ago.
characters and or voice actors if you didn't save the council. Because in the second one, the council's for humans if you didn't save the council. And then the third one, I have no fucking clue what it is, because I don't know if it's then the same for as the second one or something completely different. But like the amount of voice acting they would have to have in that game would be ridiculous for how those things play out. Because again, like I saved Rex in the first game, I didn't kill him. So he's in the second one, he's in the third one, rather than it being his brother or whatever the fuck it was. I can't remember who it was exactly, but so you'd have different voice actors that I've never fucking heard because I did something different. So in the third one, they would have to have so much voice and shit in that game of how that all works out. Like that's pretty mind-boggling, because there was decisions I made that other people may not have made, which then would make at least BioWare's amount of work significantly more, even though the final outcome was the exact same. But anyway,
I'm
I
done
don't-
talking about Mass Effect. Move on. Move on.
I said anyway. So yeah, I've been playing Battlefield 4 on the PC
Nice.
because I've just been wanting to play an FPS, because Mass Effect was kind of just taking over
Well-
my RPG shit.
I just want to say something quick about Battlefield 4. It's like it's so weird playing that game now compared to like what it used to be, because it's actually working now and it's just Battlefield. There's no bullshit to get around. You can join friends. You can do all that stuff. It's Battlefield, so that's good.
I don't know what you're talking about because it always worked for PC.
Oh.
No, even at the beginning, PC it was still not easy to join with friends and stuff.
Well, the issue is that you had to have a browser install and stuff. Once you did that, it worked
Battlelog,
perfectly
right?
fine. No, well, you logged in. There was a couple of things. You had to log into the BF2 or BF4 site or whatever. Then you could try to join friend. It's really weird the way it works.
I remember my Battlefield 2 days where all I had to do was click on the exe file.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's not like anything like that now.
Part of the reason why I'm not playing Battlefield right now is because I don't have a PC that could really run it, and I don't like the console versions, even though they're essentially the same now.
Yeah.
I've always been a PC Battlefield player, and until I have that's what it is. And until I have a PC that can handle it, which is hopefully soon, I've kind of temporarily retired from Battlefield.
Well, at least Battlefield 4, man, you really do not need a very good computer. You need a relatively good video card-ish, but...
Yeah, because Curbs, your computer ran it when that game came out. So
yeah,
I'm sure it's
it was
better.
Battlefield 3 that was the last one I'd played.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I never played Battlefield. I don't own Battlefield 4.
Okay.
My issue isn't really that whether or not my computer can run it. It's my computer overheats playing Minecraft. The other day,
Minecraft is a very different game.
And it's
That's true.
It is actually.
Let me rephrase that. Let me give you another.
Well, I mean, in the ways because of the way it's made, it
is intensive.
No, I understand that. Let me give another example then. My computer earlier tonight overheated trying to reinstall World of Warcraft. Just installing it.
Are you doing that on the PC or your?
Well, he has a laptop. He probably needs to clean it, or the fan is gone to shit.
The fan's not working. I need a new fan.
Just get an under fan. Just get get a case that has a fan underneath it.
For a new laptop anyway.
You can get a relatively
There's that too.
AMD APU system. You'd probably end up spending like $400 on the entire system, because you don't even have to buy a video card, and you can then play Battlefield at like medium high settings.
That's true.
Now the thing is, what I would suggest is you actually get a real fucking cooler so you can overclock it, opposed to just using the out of the box piece of shit. But the APUs run Battlefield fucking phenomenally well if you get some decent RAM.
Well, that's the good thing about PC is that I have options. So
the Skype video just dropped for some reason. Thanks, Skype.
Nice. Yeah, my light went off. And then finally, I just started playing Dragon Age Origins.
Nice.
So I'll be probably playing through Origins and Awakening, and then I got Dragon Age 2, and then I was going to pick up Inquisition later on once I finish those two.
Okay, good stuff. Are we done talking about the games we're playing?
Yeah, I'm done.
Show.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to the news of the week.
Yay.
Well, E3 is close, so there's a lot of stuff happening.
Lots of leaks.
Yes, like Dead Rising 4 that got leaked. A poster showing Frank West right on top, right there. He's like the main guy right there. That's pretty much the only thing you see except the title. So yeah, there you go. If you're excited about,
I mean, that kind of flies under the radar compared to what other people. Well, I don't see it on our list, but because it wasn't leaked, there's no news on it. But people are expecting or hoping for a Red Dead Redemption 2 announcement.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. The leaks are not going to be huge.
Rockstar does not do E3.
Yeah.
It's like
but still, people are hoping. Everyone's going to hope.
Yeah, not to say that they won't come out on a Sony or Microsoft stage and say, "Here you go," but they typically don't really do E3.
Yeah. Haven't they done, or am I thinking of some other another dev team? Didn't they do like their own little conference separate from E3 but at the same time? Or was that
They do that all the time though.
I know Nintendo does.
No, Rockstar does that all the time. They always release like news during E3. They're just not at E3.
Right. They're trying to avoid all the sweaty people, which is pretty smart.
If you say so, Curbs. Have you ever been to E3? How do you know everybody's sweaty?
Well, I'm general.
That's pretty judgmental.
All right,
it's pretty judgmental, I gotta say.
I'm being a prick, I guess.
Don't you want to go to E3 sometime, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Aren't you a sweaty pig?
I can be.
There you go. Perfect fit.
You sweatest man, huh?
People sweat, man. Don't get so defensive about it.
No, I'm not getting defensive about it. It's just you're all like, everybody's a sweaty pig at E3.
Yeah, people
bro.
sweat, man. I sweat. You don't sweat?
You just got to put on some fucking deodorant or any.
Yeah, and I hear it's not
Yeah.
well ventilated, so that's why you're breathing those fumes
Okay, now
all
you're
the
just putting
time.
words in my mouth.
But yeah, who the hell is excited for Dead Rising 4? Who gives a shit? Like,
Well, because the
third
first
Dead
game,
Rising
launch
3
title
did
for the
pretty
Xbox
well.
One, and that got mixed reviews.
that's the
like-
thing. The first game is the only game that I think was even kind of good.
It's the only one I personally played. If that says anything, it really doesn't.
I played 2 a little bit. I stopped
I
playing
mean,
it.
I'm kind of done with the whole zombie thing, unless we're talking about Telltale games. Really.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know what Capcom's doing.
Well, the third
Like,
one
some
did
sort of
pretty
thing.
well, and it was interesting. Like it's Dead Rising, though. The thing is, it's there to kill zombies. It's not really a good story. It never has been a good story. It's you go there and make weird weapons and kill
Right.
zombies.
I have to correct myself. A Left 4 Dead 3 announcement would definitely get me excited. So maybe I'm not totally done with zombies. Maybe it's just Dead Rising that I'm done with.
No. They'll be like, hey, Half-Life 3, bam! It's out today.
Yeah. It comes with a demo of Left 4 Dead 3.
Well, no, it's not even
Portal
Half-Life 3.
3.
It's Half-Life 2 episode.
No.
3.
We skipped episode 3. Just fuck that
Yeah.
shit. Fuck that shit. The next proper sequel is out today. Right now, on Steam. Go get
Right
it.
now, eh?
Go get it. Yep.
Is
That's
that
next
one of your
week.
predictions?
No. It would be awesome if they did that, but that's not going to happen. All right. Just really quick, I want to bring up, this happened like a few weeks ago in May. They found a bunch of arcades on an old like cruise ship that they were using as a cargo ship, and then they were going to make a restaurant out of it, I think, or something. But there's like 50 arcade machines in there, and it's pretty sweet. So you should go check that out. It's called the Duke of Lancaster Ship, and just go check that out. You'll find it on Google if you just type that in. My favorite machine was like a Space Invaders sit-down machine. Those are really rare, so it's pretty awesome that it was discovered on just an old ship that was like beached, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't even in water anymore.
Did it have Wreck-It Ralph?
No.
What about what was that? What was that? What, Candyland Racing or something?
What the? Oh,
I don't
sure.
I don't think those were real games.
I know they weren't. I'm
Well,
just trying to be a smart
No,
ass.
they had
Oh.
that Fix It Felix arcade cabinet. That was
Yeah,
real.
they did. They did
Yeah.
make that game.
That game was pretty alright for what it was. Anyways, Metal Gear Pachinko pissed off a bunch of people this week that were maybe like, hey Konami, we might want another Metal Gear. Hey Pachinko, awesome.
Okay.
Pachinko is like,
Really?
slots but in Japan.
Yeah. Really?
Yes, really.
Metal Gear
'Cause
Pachinko.
Wow.
Konami makes that's like their two revenue streams is fake gambling in Japan, and they have like a bunch of gyms and a bunch of other stuff in Japan. Like that's their main business. Konami, they're not even really a gaming company anymore, especially now that Kojima's
makes a lot
left.
of
They went into the mobile market heavily, did they not?
For a little bit, and even in the States, they have a lot of slot machines over here. So I wouldn't be surprised if one day we saw a Metal Gear slot machine, if it doesn't exist already.
It probably exists already.
Maybe. All right, hey Jokers, you got some Destiny news.
Woo! Yes, new expansion got live streamed today. Destiny, Rise of Iron. We got a new raid, new armor sets, new weapons, new PvP stuff, new quest lines, a brand new social space. New content is coming. It's not coming until September, which is the only lame part, but this gives me a whole lot of time to play other stuff in between. So that's pretty sweet. But yeah, it looks really good. Looks really cool. Like, more content is always good. New enemy types, too. Can't go wrong.
So do you think they'll do what they did with Taken King and basically release like a standalone? Because Taken King was standalone, wasn't it?
No, it was not.
Oh, it was not.
No.
I misunderstood the whole marketing then.
And you bought the game, it gave you both. Like if you bought the hard disk or whatever.
Right,
like,
and it was
the
slightly
story, it
more
would give you both.
expensive, right?
Taken King was basically the Game of the Year edition with the Taken King
okay.
brand new content when it came out.
Okay, so this will probably do the same thing then.
This is just strictly DLC. I believe.
Oh, okay.
Which is
I'm
pretty
just trying to
sweet.
think like maybe that this is like an entry point for a returning player that only played it for like a couple weeks.
Oh no, hell no, no. Definitely can't just jump in with like the very last bit of DLC because I'm sure the next.
Yeah, and this does
announcement they'll
require
make-
Taken King to actually work. You can't just get this DLC either.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
not like, so it's DLC, not an expansion then, basically, because Taken King was an expansion, right?
Well, it's one and the same. It's one and the same. It's
Yeah.
it's you're
There's
expanding
not
the
much
game,
of
you're
a
raising
difference
the
there.
level, you're adding new stuff. It's
Right. Okay, I get it.
This expansion only works with Taken King either disc or all the other content leading up to Rise of Iron. But yeah, no, I'm excited. Looks great. They give you a new battle axe. It's like on fire. That's cool. But yeah, that's that's what happened today. It's pretty sweet.
Nice. Definitely, like I said, like earlier, like I was talking shit about it, but it was a fun game. Like I wasn't like trying to put the game down or anything. It just didn't hold me in. I kind of want to go back to it, but there's a lot of other games out there that need me to play them.
Yeah, man. Who's gonna hit those balls in MLB The Show?
Right?
Someone's got it.
Right? Like you get it. You
Oh,
understand.
dude.
Yeah.
Someone has to shoot the Taken in the face.
I'm streaming now. We're back. Yay.
Yay.
XSplit crash.
Where the
on me.
fuck were we?
Where were we? Well, we were just
Slim
finished
Xbox
talking
One?
about Destiny, I think.
Probably the most popular game on this podcast right now.
What, Destiny?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about a slim PS4 earlier. A slim Xbox One is coming this year, and then next year there's going to be an upgrade at Xbox One. The Xbox One 2.
Is it really or
1.5
1.5 or
when?
No,
Yeah.
it's the Xbox 12.
the Xbox 12? You heard it here first. Wow, I can't talk.
For Frost.
For
the Xbox One.
I mean, it's kind of I don't know how long ago did the Xbox One get released?
2 years, 3 years.
Has not been very long. Yeah.
No, like and even for like the new Slim or whatever the Neo is going to be for the PlayStation, it just seems really early to be releasing more hardware.
Hasn't the PlayStation 4 been out for like 4 years now, something like that? Let's see. I'm actually gonna look that up. When was the release date of that thing?
Well, it's the same year as the one, so 2 years.
Yeah,
Has it been? All right. Okay.
It was the same year, but the PS4 did launch earlier this time because they realized they fucked up with the PS3. and
so 3
launched
years maybe, closer to 3 years.
Came out November 2013. So yeah, 3 years.
So like,
Just getting there, almost.
Like it is
Still,
about the
it's-
right time relative to what the PlayStation always done to releasing the Slim.
Yeah, no, a slim makes sense. A slim
Yeah.
makes sense. An upgraded thing, they never, no console has ever done that,
Yeah.
so it's like new territory.
Yeah.
I don't think the Neo's a Slim though. I really don't.
No,
Like,
I
think
don't
it's gonna
think
be
so.
a upgrade,
It's definitely an upgrade.
which
for
is
sure.
again, it seems really early for that.
In what way though is the thing? Like
It's going to be
I
a
heard-
slightly better CPU and a slightly better GPU. That's it. Period. That's it.
There-
Well, I heard visuals were going to be better on it too. Like,
yeah, but it's an APU. The PS4 is an APU.
Yeah, and you can bump up the clock on everything. Just bump up the clock. There you
Well,
go. And then you assign a specific slice of it to graphic processing, and you assign a specific
Well,
slice of
that-
it to just general
That comes out to
processing.
the actual game developer of how they want to
Yes.
split that.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
On,
well,
on the PS4,
there was a rumor,
that is.
and this is like really far fetched,
Is it-
but they said that Sony was going to be asking developers to be basically making two versions of their games. One,
No.
which that seems really far fetched.
It's not that they
No,
were going to
that's-
make
that
two
was
versions.
two
It's that
versions.
it's that you can run a lower quality version
Oh,
on
right.
all the PS4s.
That's what they're saying. So it's the same thing as PC. So you can either run at 1080 or you can run at 1440 or whatever. It's the same game. It's just then the resources within that for a higher bit mapping for the actual textures and shit like that. So they'd have to have double the number of textures, or however they want to actually go through it. So it'd be the same thing as releasing a PC game.
Right. Okay.
You got to think it. The way I think it is more like an iPhone, where you get an iPhone 5, and then the next year just like, oh well, there you go, we got a slightly
Yeah.
upgraded one. That's pretty much
But
what they're going for.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
Like,
they're going
I'm-
to change the name. Like, I don't know.
It's like they're obviously going to release like a new something, but upping the clock with a smaller chip, I don't really see that happening. And if they do, if the Neo is the 4.5, I don't really see them releasing a Slim. So I don't see them releasing two systems because I think that would just confuse the living fucking hell out of people.
No, I could see him doing it because then the new one will be the more expensive one, which would be like 400, and then they can.
Yeah,
sell
but that
this
was the
one,
whole
which will
issue
be
they had
like
with the
$250.
PS3. Is they had
People are
multiple
gonna get
SKUs
angry.
and people.
But they've
That's
always
why
had
they only
multiple
released one.
SKUs. They've always had multiple SKUs. I think
They
it
did
kind
it
of
for the
makes sense.
PS2 or the.
I
They
think it
didn't
makes
have-
sense because the only thing that they always done is they make it smaller, right, and they make it take less energy. So why not just use that energy to be more powerful? And
Right,
it's like
so
the
they're not
same-
going to actually decrease the voltage draw from the CPUs and are going to bump up the clock speed.
Yeah, why not?
It's possible, yes.
I feel like that's just what it's going to do. And the only thing that it's going to really do is it's going to make the menus be a little bit faster and more responsive. And they're going to be capable of doing 4K videos.
The big
And-
thing, though,
Next
is
week's
that
show.
it would have to be released with a HDMI 2.0.
Yeah, like
for the output.
They're going to bump up a bunch of stuff, and that's about it.
And from what they're saying for the Sony VR shit, is they would have to be doing that anyways because they can't actually put out enough frame rate on what they currently have as the 1.3 or whatever the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at
Because you
the
can't get the 90 frames a second with what they currently have.
I'm at the point on this topic where I just want to know what it is already. Like,
Yeah.
We'll find out next week.
I know, like I can't wait.
You're waiting like 4 or 5 days. So it's not
Yeah.
big.
Oh, okay, well, talk about E3. There's like a public section to it this year that the ESA announced, and it's pretty funny that they announced it like literally 2 weeks before the show, where it's just like, hey, this one, it's off. It's not at the same location. It's like a block down from where regular E3 is, but this is open to everybody. So, and
That's
the
where all
tickets,
the sweat's gonna be.
yes, and
Now-
the tickets were free, and they're all
Yeah.
gone already. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, they're
What
free, so that's
Is it exactly?
It's just
Like, are there going to be developers there? Or are there going to be
yeah, you can go check out a
publishers?
list.
Are there-
You can go check out a list. Like, there's going to be, I think, was it Mountain Dew or Doritos were going to be there?
Okay,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
games are they making?
Well,
I've never heard of those studios before.
Well, they-
product placement.
no,
is
no,
what
they made that one game for Xbox Live that one time. I forget what it's
Yeah,
called.
Trudeau's Crash Course.
Crash
I think?
Course. Yes, Crash Course. That game was awesome. It's free.
Yeah, dude.
Pretty cool.
E3.
100% it.
Oh, that's not it.
I got all the achievements.
Yeah, dude. 4 of them.
Yeah.
All 4.
200 points. It's in my.
Is it better or worse than the Burger King game?
It was different. I don't know if I would say better.
Then forget-
Because that Burger King game was pretty fucking horrible.
There was that one Burger King game where the Sneak King, I think that was okay, and the cart game was okay. They weren't great, but for what they were okay. So over the break, this happened like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. Disney canceled Infinity. Bam, gone. And Disney Infinity does not exist anymore. They do not publish games anymore. They don't develop games. Everything that they do anything anymore involving anything Disney, they're just licensing it to everybody. So, like
I'm
all the
kinda
Star Wars games.
Surprised about that because I thought Infinity was winning the toy to game thing relative to what Skylanders was.
The thing is, just looking at what they were talking about, is just they made too many things. Like they made 2 million Hulk figures and they only sold half of that.
Okay.
So they still have 1 million Hulk figures.
So they screwed
just-
themselves,
Yes,
basically.
and they did that with a bunch of other figures. Is that they just made too much, and they were just like, "Well, shit, how
Yeah.
the fuck are we gonna sell this crap?"
Yeah, because I'd be surprised that they would sell more than 1 million to begin with.
What's that Marvel movie
But-
that came out with a rocket?
Guardian.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, Rocket Wreck. Okay.
And they had a bunch of those figures made, and nobody bought them.
Because the thing, like there are so many characters to the point that, how they would actually properly do that is very strange. Because the way Activision is doing that is that they're now making it like you buy pieces and make your own or something like that. So you're not buying individual characters. You're buying a pack that you can then make your own Skylander or whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah, like you can stack them and stuff. I don't know how the latest one works. I think the latest one is just they're big, or no, that's giants. That was a while ago.
That's the new. No, they are coming out with a new one that is making it much larger. They also came out with a racer not too long ago.
Well, the bigger ones is easy because all you need to do is make it big, and then the kids go, "Whoa, it's huge!" And it doesn't really cost anything to do that.
For that, yeah, but you're still paying $25 for the fucking thing.
Oh yeah, no, the consumer is paying. That's for sure. Okay, well, yeah, it's. I do find it interesting that they canceled that because it did seem like out of all of those toy games that it would be maybe the one that would stick around for a while. But nope. Oh, well.
Amiibo seems to be doing well.
But Amiibo is not the same thing. I have a Wii U. I don't have a 3DS, but I do have a Wii U. And here, check this out.
It's the same concept, though. No.
I have an Amiibo. No, because an Amiibo only works with one game at a time, and you know it's not like
Amiibos work with multiple
games.
Yeah, but they're not toys to game things where you tap it and then oh my god, it's in the game. That's not what Amiibos are.
Right.
Totally different.
But it'll do some it'll unlock some DLC for that game.
Here,
I got it.
Here, like Mario Kart.
Like extra content.
Yes, in Mario Kart, if I put this guy on it right now, I think I would get him to be in the cart, and then my progression would be saved on him. So if I got better and stuff, he'd be like better.
So it's similar to like Smash Bros, where you can train an Amiibo to fight.
Kind of. All right. Hey, Respawn Entertainment. They're working on a Star Wars game. We don't really know anything, but Stig Asmussen, the guy who worked on God of War 3, he will be the director of this one. So there you go. They're working on a Star Wars game.
Which one? Who's Respawn? I know the name. I'm just not blanking on what they made.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a departure.
Well, is it?
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Wait,
am I thinking of a different game?
Probably.
Titanfall
is the Call of Duty.
Yeah. Yeah. So
you do that with like Republic Commando style shit, and that's a fucking great game.
It's gonna be pretty good. I think so.
Yeah, I would actually love them to remake Republic Commando because that game was fucking awesome.
What was that Star Wars game that came out not too long ago? Was it Battlefront?
Yeah.
Battlefront was the latest.
That was okay.
I liked it.
It's not what I wanted it to be.
Still have it.
Which was just
it was Battlefront though.
It was Battlefield with Star Wars skins. Really.
No, it was different. I just felt it was different.
It did feel different
because then you can like transform into like who could you do, the bad guys and the good guys at the end when you got really powerful. Like, it was just weird. It was different.
I think the problem with Battlefront, which I love the game, I still will hop on it every now and then. It took a long time for another Battlefront to come out, and people had certain expectations of that game to be a lot more similar to Battlefront 1 and 2, where it was a little bit more different. It was a little bit more freedom in what you can do. There was kits instead of like card system.
Well, it's whatever. Whatever. Because
it does feel different.
The people that didn't like it were the ones that were Battlefield fans that went in and.
Oh yeah, no, that was me.
I agree.
That was me. I went into it expecting it to be Battlefield just with Star Wars, and that's not what it was.
Yeah,
straight up.
It was Battlefront with some Battlefield mixed in.
Well, because the old Battlefronts, I played. Was it? It was on the original Xbox. Is the one I played, and it was just straight up just a shooter with Star Wars, and I don't know. It just felt really easy and like just
a
lot of walking around.
It
was weird. It was different. That's all I can say about it, and I didn't like it. So if it was
Okay.
different and you liked it, that's fine.
Yeah,
loved it.
All right. I just wanted to bring this up real quick. Sega, they had a really interesting VR game that I saw this week. Go look it up. It's on YouTube. They're working with zero latency. There's no name for the game yet, but it's a VR game that takes place in a whole warehouse, so you need a huge ass room to do this in. But it's pretty much just like a first person shooter, but you're VRing it and like actually running around.
Which VR system?
I don't. It's
'Cause
probably.
they are different. Like the Rift, you actually are walking around.
I think it's like their own thing.
So you have those little camera things and all that.
Oh yeah,
type
I
of
think it's
shit.
their own thing because they have like backpacks and like sensors on them. So like
Yeah.
like it's like laser tag with like VR.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because the Rift is different because you actually are up on your feet, and a lot of PC manufacturers are making cases that then fit on your. It's essentially a crazy fucking laptop that's a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
But then also it has a battery in it, so you only get like an hour and a half to 2 hours, 2 hours tops of playtime per charge. So you don't have cables and shit coming out, so you can actually free walk around.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem with VR. It's just like you have
Yeah.
a cable connected to the fucking PC the whole time.
Well, the thing they have to figure out how to do it wirelessly.
And like a phone, if you could use the phone as a screen and then use your computer to shoot the video onto
Well,
your
yeah, you're doing
face
it well, yeah.
quick enough, but that technology's not there yet. But that's definitely a solution.
You can do 1080p wireless fairly easily, but it's at like 25 frames a second. It'll make you puke.
Yeah, and that's the thing
It's
about
getting
VR
it up to
is
90 is what you need. That's the fucking problem, is keeping it at the 1080p plus. Because I don't know what the resolution for the Oculus Rift is. It's up there, but it's keeping it at 90 frames a second. It's fucking hard. It has to be a smooth 90 or you fucking puke.
Has anybody tried VR porn?
I've watched some YouTube shit on it of just like how much they're producing and all this, that, and the other. But no,
Okay.
You can be honest, man. We're all friends here.
Well,
no, I haven't actually.
I haven't tried any VR, so
yeah. So Google Cardboard. That's
Yeah.
like the second thing you try after you try the game. It's just like, hey, porn. You can move around. You can move your head around, but it's still weird.
'Cause I think you're typically in a set location, so you're just,
you're set in the
It's
location.
the 3D camera thing opposed to.
All right. It's like exactly. It's like a what's it called? A Google Maps camera, a Google Street View camera.
Yeah.
All right. So Injustice 2 is apparently on the way. Ed Boon has been teasing it a lot on Twitter. He's very good at doing the Twitter game. If you don't follow Ed Boon, go right now. Cause
And the big thing is apparently customization of your costume or something like that.
and the one picture that I have seen is just Batman, so that's good. They're staying away from the whole Batman versus Superman and all that stuff. Because that movie did not do so well.
I'm not surprised.
I was in a dollar store the other day and I saw that the cereal was in the dollar store. They probably had big plans for that cereal.
I went into that movie with
God.
such low expectations that I didn't walk away hating it. I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it.
When
But-
I saw Eisenberg's Joker, let's say Joker, because that's essentially how he was fucking acting.
Yeah.
But his Lex Luthor, I decided not to watch it.
Fair enough.
Because, I just don't
Did you hear who they
kind
originally
of
wanted?
preluded. No.
You don't know?
Well, no, I know the people
Yeah,
who wanted
Cranston.
Cranston.
Oh, no.
I don't know if
That would have been amazing.
Cranston might have been nice.
No,
Yes.
he would have been fucking awesome. But again, I don't know if the studio ever actually talked to him,
Okay, I guess you're right.
because he was rumored for the fans of that's who they had all this crap on social media of the fans want fucking Eisenberg, the Eisenberg from
Walter White. Yes.
yes.
I mean,
Because, dude, yes, but I think Eisenberg could have done a very good job. But I am 100% sure that's not the way he went in trying to play Lex Luthor. That was either the director or the studio telling him to play it that way. Because there's no way in hell anyone's stupid enough to do that on.
Well,
as an actor.
I've never actually seen it, but from all the previews, it just seems like he plays himself from Zombieland and everything else. Just oh.
No, it's far crazier and stupider than that.
No. Okay. All right.
I just don't who Lex Luthor should be, or within the comic books, or within even shit, I can't remember. The guy who played him in Smallville, like,
Tom Welling.
did
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
yeah, did a pretty good job indicating like the guy's fucking genius level intellect, and he's typically calm and collected, but he will snap at certain points in time. But he just played like snapped Luthor the entire fucking time, which with then mixed in with like Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yeah, and I see what you
Just
mean.
psychotic fucking Joker, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I'm in the minority in saying that I actually didn't mind the movie, but I do know like.
I mean, well, sorry, continue.
No, I was just going to say. This
Continue, Curbs, please.
Whoa! So aggressive. No, I was just going to say that I didn't really feel like I was watching Lex Luthor, even though I didn't mind the movie. Like that was one of the things.
It does
like,
depend on,
okay,
again,
this is
how
really
well.
weird.
There
Like,
were
it's not
three
really-
things. There were three things that they made me not watch that movie. That once I found out about them was Batman's just fucking murdering motherfuckers, which to me is just not right. And then Eisenberg's Luthor was just fucking wonky. And then the way they made Doomsday.
Yeah, those three things were pretty. And the
those
reason
are the three things that people are fucking bitching about the most.
yeah,
Like,
and the reason why they stopped fighting is pretty. Pretty stupid.
Spoiler.
I'm not going
Mom's
to.
named Martha. My
Yeah.
mom's Martha. We're friends now. Let's go kick the shit out of Lex Luthor. Oh, wait a minute. He made a monster. Oh, wait. Oh, here comes some Amazon girl. Oh, wait. Okay, movie's over. And Superman's
Dude, I feel like I'm
There you
back in
go.
the seat watching it again.
It just some of the shit was really wonky.
That
Some of
sounds
the
like a movie
the
I
way they
gotta
preluded
watch.
to stuff.
Yeah.
The way they preluded into some things was apparently really cool. Like they showed the Omega sign for Darkseid and this that, which is really cool. They're trying to make the expanded universe shit in one movie, which was the problem. Because
Yeah.
I didn't. The way they introduced the Justice League was through Lex Luthor's emails. Apparently, is that correct?
Yeah.
Lex Luthor knows who the Justice League is before Batman does. Batman's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. That makes no fucking sense. Even if he had Darkseid's help, which is what kind of they preluded to in some scene at the end of the movie or something. I'm not sure, but
The only way I can defend them is by saying that they're trying to rush it just because they're up against Marvel, who is just doing everything right now.
that was a stupid idea.
Yeah, but they're trying to do what they can.
And
what's it?
to get back to the news because
Really quick. What's everybody's opinion about Spider-Man in the new movie?
Loved it.
yeah.
Okay.
It was
The guy
perfect.
playing the actor, the way he like communicated, the way he was talking to Falcon and Winter Soldier was just fucking
It
hilarious.
was gold.
Like that is who Peter Parker Spider-Man should be, of like just the way he's like. The thing is like what the Winter Soldier tried punching him and Spider-Man just goes and then whoop, oh cool, you have a metal arm, and then like
Man,
he was just so much stronger than everyone else, and they indicate that by just how easily he caught the fucking punch.
Yeah.
Like, if Iron Man catches that punch, it's like a battle between who's going to win. No, this is Spider-Man just going, what?
because the last Captain America movie I didn't really like, and I think that was around the last time.
Winter Soldier was fucking offended.
Winter Soldier was pretty good.
Okay, it was okay.
The thing about the whole Spider-Man thing was like it's pretty much just like everything that involved him was just the perfect setup, and it just introduced him perfectly.
Aunt May and everything was fucking.
And I really enjoyed how they pointed out the fact that she's really young for Aunt May.
But she's not even that young.
No, she's not, but she
Yeah,
just
I know.
looks.
Looks
She
Milano
just
is-
looks really good.
No, sorry,
Like,
that's the wrong name. What's her name?
Marissa Tomei.
Or May.
you're right. She's not that young, but
almost
she
50.
looks really
She
good.
is 50.
Yes, yeah.
She is? Yeah.
She was 50
Okay.
when The
I said-
Wrestler came out.
Yeah, well, but she's aged well.
very well.
She
I
looks
agree.
like she did when she was in Seinfeld. That's my reference point
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Marissa
yeah.
Tomei.
But again, how like when my cousin Vinny came out when she won the like, she was only like fucking 24, so that was like close to well, it had to have been like 25 years ago if she is 50.
Yeah, it's Seinfeld.
But
yeah, it's a long time ago.
like like she's still fucking hot.
Okay, so
Which
maybe
then
I should
puts
not
it-
give up on Spider-Man yet. All right. Okay, good.
You haven't seen Civil War?
No,
You
Wow.
should.
is it out on
Wow.
video yet?
It was really
Can I-
no.
Okay. All right. I'll wait for that.
Like, Paul Rudd and the kid that plays Spider-Man are like just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to an Amazing Spider-Man 3 just because the Rhino was gonna be John.
Dude, that was not the Rhino, and yeah, I
That would have
agree
been
with-
amazing. Oh, you got no.
No, dude, Rhino as a fucking mechanical suit? Are you kidding?
They had to
Like
do it
having
somewhere, I
Rhino
guess.
in it would be fucking amazing, but that Rhino is fucking atrocious.
I don't know, man. I would have watched it.
I would have watched it.
You Spider-Man.
It's so good. It's so good.
He's like being Arnold. Like that guy's a good actor and shit. Like why would they have him be doing
Oh no, that was awesome. I don't know. I thought that was awesome. I was waiting for the next movie because it looked like they were setting up for the Sinister Six, man. But no, well.
Yeah,
Were-
Well, they
but
were
you know,
going
they
to,
were.
and then Marvel shut them down.
And you know what? Like as I did enjoy those Spider-Man
they were
movies,
good.
but I'm actually really excited for this new Spider-Man. So I can't really complain that they shut it down.
Yeah, I have no idea what the script is for Homecoming, but like the kid playing Spider-Man was very, very well casted.
Apparently, it's the Vulture.
Okay.
Apparently,
Yeah,
that's what I
that
heard.
could be interesting. Just as long, like, yeah, it's just weird in the ways of how Garfield, is Garfield Garfunkel?
Andrew Garfield, yeah.
Garfield, did a pretty good job ish. Like he wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I thought he was a bit better than Tobey Maguire in.
I thought he was a lot better. Well,
Tobey Maguire was good in the first two. He was awesome in the first
was
two.
great. But
Like
the third,
his version of the black suit Spider-Man was just.
which is why I can't wait for Marvel to do it right.
But-
The thing about the third movie is that Sam Raimi knew he was leaving. They knew shit was hitting the fan, so they just tried to rush everything into it, and it's fucking a shit show.
But yeah, go as soon as you can watch Civil War because it's not Civil War from the comics. If you know anything about the comics, it's similar-ish,
Well, there's a second.
but very different.
Well, Civil War kind of happened in the Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s. So that's my connection to Civil Wars.
Kind of.
Kind
It wasn't
of.
really.
It wasn't the same thing, but it was like
It was a Civil War.
similar.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking. You're talking about
It was the
like,
X-Men invasion, I think, that he's talking about.
That's
Like,
not
no,
Civil
Captain
War.
America was there very late into that 90s cartoon. And
He was
all
there
that
for like 3 episodes. That then he was fighting Red Skull.
Red Skull
Yeah.
and a bunch of other
Wasn't
people.
around back in that
Iron Man was there. War Machine was there. There's a bunch of people there. when
Okay,
all that-
That's not Civil.
Avengers
That's not
in the
Civil
show,
War.
wasn't
Civil
the-
War. Captain America dies at the fucking end.
Yeah.
Like in the comic books, I'm talking about. Like they off fucking Captain America at the end of it. Like they fucking shoot him in the fucking face, point blank range.
Hey, and he came back,
No, he didn't.
didn't he? Or is it
Well,
someone else?
they revamped the whole universe.
Oh,
But,
that's
like,
right,
He was
that's
dead
right.
for a long period of time.
So Injustice 2, it's coming out. Check
Yeah.
it out. Trailer got released. A bunch of superheroes punching each other. Batman was really cool at the end. He had like a Batman Beyond symbol that came on his chest. I was just like, ugh! It was so good.
Leland the Segway guy.
So, you know.
Watchdog 2 at E3?
Well, let's just talk about E3 because like everything we have left is E3 related. So, yeah, Watch Dogs 2. The first game was whatever. Fucking the second game is coming out. There you go.
I didn't get a chance to play the first one, but I wanted
the
to.
second one looks significantly better.
Yes.
Than the first one. Like the guy's running around doing parkour and shit. So I
Well,
don't.
Did you ever see?
Parkour.
Did you ever see the GTA 5 mod where they just made it Watch Dogs?
I think
I
so,
did.
yeah.
That was a better Watch Dogs.
Oh, I'm sure. It would be.
So if they
no, but
make the
like-
second one whatever they wanted, they promised with the first one, the second one's gonna be
I
fucking
thought-
awesome.
I didn't play it, but I thought the only problem people had with the first one was the driving was shit.
No, everything was shit. In the
No,
first
everything
one,
was
no.
shit.
That was
okay.
just one of
No,
the
the
few-
way they were indicating on like the hacking and stuff was like they said you could hack everything, but there was only like
A few
you
things.
could hack street lamps and
I think
Hey, marketing's a bitch.
I think everybody knows that I like Person of Interest. It's a show on CBS. You should watch it. But
I've never heard you mention that show ever.
never,
before.
never. That's like one of my favorite shows.
I never knew that.
If you look at the presentation of Watch Dogs and how like everything, the hacking happens and all that, it's that show. So I was primed and geared to love that video game. It's just it was so shit. Nothing happened in the whole game.
yeah.
You didn't really do shit the whole time either.
A lot of people's issue was with the main character of Watch Dogs. Like he just didn't seem to be. a good
that's
character.
Depressing.
I was fine with him. It's just like a bunch of like you can hack this to raise this, and the cops like all that stuff. Nothing really happened the whole time. It's just all the stuff they showed at first. That was the game. That's it.
Yeah,
Whatever they showed
yeah.
at first. That's it. That was the game. Here you go. Awesome.
Well, that's what I was expecting it to be. I would
I
have
was
been very
expecting
surprised
a
if it was anything
little bit
else.
more. A little bit more. Just a little tiny bit. But hopefully the second one they work.
It's Ubisoft. I don't expect very much from Ubisoft. I expect small iterations from Ubisoft. Like if you're going from Assassin's Creed 2 or 1 to what the latest one was, like there's a huge fucking difference.
Yeah,
The
but there's
last
a big
one-
difference between 1 and 2.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
But again, it's all iteration. Like they do things by a bi-yearly or yearly schedule. That
Yeah,
they
so
just
that's
keep
why
pumping shit
Watch
out,
Dogs 2
making a 5 to 10%
Watch Dogs
increase
2
each
might
game.
be good. It might be good.
Yeah,
I think it will be. I think they've learned from, like usually the second, like
it'll be a solid 7,
yeah,
Well,
maybe an 8.
Here's the thing. If I compare this to Assassin's Creed, okay, the first Assassin's Creed, I played it a lot. I loved it. I finished it, and then by the time the second one came out, I was just like, oh, I played this a lot. So hopefully, I skipped out on Watch Dogs, the first one, for the majority, and now when the second one comes out, hopefully it's super amazing, and I'll just play it. Same thing with Uncharted, actually. Uncharted 1, I played it. I was like, this is okay, and then I played the second one, and the second one's amazing. So
the encouraging thing is that the second Assassin's Creed, like it's almost as if Ubisoft like was listening to all the negative comments about the first Assassin's Creed, and they set out to fix everything, like the repetitiveness, and they wanted more stuff to do, and just more variety, I guess. And Assassin's Creed 2 delivered on that. So
yeah, in
that
the
could be
Watch
encouraging.
Dogs, like premiere video that they had for the live stream like yesterday or whatever. Yeah, they actually said that like we've been scouring the forums for all the complaints about Watch Dogs. So we'll try to make it better.
That's great.
So
I am George St. Pierre, and I like to fight people and punch them in the face.
I kick.
I kick.
you.
I kick you. I kick you hard. Okay, yeah. So Watch Dogs 2 at E3. So
So
great.
how about
yes.
I definitely checked out that Agents of Mayhem trailer, and all I really saw was like a mini movie.
What is that?
It looks.
I have no idea what it's about.
Well, it's the next game from Volition Studios, so it looks a lot like a Saints Row game. Bam! There you go. It's the Saints.
I don't
Saints-
even know
They
if you
have
can
confirmed
say
it's Saints
that.
Row's universe.
I
Yeah,
know.
'cause you-
I don't think they confirmed anything like that.
No.
Well,
Well,
They did show the Saints Row.
EP
the
said that.
Oh, okay.
Electric Playground said
Okay.
that.
What
was-
so they
what
had
was the gang?
confirmation from
just the Saints.
The Saints, yeah.
Their logo is in the end of the trailer,
Okay.
but other
It's
than
not Saints Row, but it's in that same fucked up universe.
yes.
that, so is it gonna be like a GTA, another GTA?
You know what I thought it looked like? It looked like Crackdown,
Which would be similar to GTA or whatever.
Yeah.
or
Ish.
yeah,
But
or Saints Row.
like again, they are heavily focusing on what the DLC was for the fourth game. So you're much like a superhero, fucking shit up, and or maybe a supervillain. I don't. It's kind of in that universe, so maybe they'll give you a bit of a option.
choice.
I'm not sure. Because yeah, like it's interesting. So they are very much focusing on the superpowered functionality of it, from my understanding.
It was a fun little like cinematic, I guess.
Now, if it is GTA based, so you're doing open world missions, this, that, and the other, I don't know. Or if they're kind of making it more linear-ish, that's then like you're going from point A to point B.
It almost seemed like an action adventure game.
It kind of seemed that way to me as well, but that I don't think has been much confirmed yet.
Well, I guess we'll learn more next week.
Yeah,
we'll pretty much know everything next week.
Well, I don't know about everything.
Well, because E3 is pretty much done on Thursday night, so
yeah,
we'll know everything.
Everything that will be at
everything that'll be
E3
released.
will likely know.
Oh yeah, like the big three. Like Nintendo has no press conference again this year, so
They'll do something though.
oh yeah,
They're
but
gonna
that's on
do
Monday. Like everything's pretty much done by Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Does it start the big conferences start on Sunday? Or?
Yeah.
Sunday,
and Monday.
EA is on Sunday, and Ubisoft is on Bethesda.
Bethesda's Sunday night.
Yeah,
which
and
is
then
the only one I'm
Microsoft is on Monday,
really, Monday morning,
and then Nintendo's also
And-
on Monday, and I'm on
and then Sony's Sunday or Monday night.
Monday night. Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna be skipping Raw on Monday then.
You can watch both. You
Nah,
can watch
screw that.
Mute
There's
Raw.
a PC press conference, which I'm not really
watch
sure.
out.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
you
then
know what that is? You know what that is?
Ubisoft is on Monday.
I know what that PC conference is.
DivX.
No, Half-Life 3. Bam!
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Um,
the brand newest DivX update. That's
That's gonna be the
Yeah,
It's gonna be-
Ubisoft is on Monday, and then Sony is Monday night.
So I'm taking Monday off. There you go. Confirmed.
I'm already off
I'll just watch it all when I get home from work.
because I'm an unemployed scumbag that lets my wife work, and I just stay home with the kid.
I drive Uber, so I can do it whenever I want.
Ah,
All right, let's
you
see.
whisper that, so it's kind of weird. Is it illegal in Ontario or?
It's not.
It's illegal in Ottawa until
Oh,
September.
it is.
Shh.
Mississauga tried to ban it, and a week later, they lifted the ban because they realized they had no way to enforce it.
Yeah.
It's hard to enforce it because the cops don't give a fuck. The only people that
Not
hunt
only
down,
do they not give a fuck,
Well, the
but there's
taxi
no way to
drivers.
know if you
Actually,
Well,
the
yeah,
only
but
person
the
in-
only people that actually do that kind of stuff is like people that are like hired by the government to like
Yeah.
like
Order-
like private taxi
order it,
companies,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So like they do that all day where they like, oh hey, I think this guy might be driving people around. I gotta confirm it first, and that it takes so long. Like last year in Ottawa, they got 50 Uber drivers. There's way more than 50
Wow.
Uber drivers in Ottawa.
Yeah, I know, but that's still a lot of fun. Like, what is the penalty?
It was like some little fine, and Uber paid all of it. So,
That's funny.
It didn't matter.
Because I don't entirely understand the issue, but
It's just
like I understand that there's security issues or
yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
To the point of like, you could be a mass murderer and
Mm-hmm.
you're just picking some guy up and fucking cutting them up and doing.
The
a
issue
public
that
photo.
I
don't
understand,
know.
the only issue that I understand, let's say I was a taxi driver, I would be pissed. I would be pissed right now if I was a
Obviously.
taxi
Dude,
driver.
I
But
don't know what taxi shit. The
But as a
rates
consumer,
in
I don't care what the
Calgary
taxi
yeah,
driver.
but as a
fucking
consumer,
outrageous.
yeah, as a consumer, you don't
It's
give
the
a
same
shit
everywhere.
You don't give a shit, but not even as a consumer. But that like all the taxi drivers, like when were they ever awesome? The only time I ever all taxi drivers, I get in. What are they doing? They're on their fucking phone talking, or they don't give a fuck. So it's just like, okay, then I'm just gonna go Uber, and whatever.
Yeah, taxi driving here is fucking outrageous costs. Like to go a couple of like blocks, it's like fucking $15.
But it also, if you're a taxi driver, you pay a lot to be a taxi driver.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the licensing and shit is pretty expensive.
All right, so that's it for gaming news. E3, it's happening next week, so be here because
Lots more gaming
a
news
lot of
next
stuff
week.
is going to happen next week. All right, let's touch on MMA news slightly this week because a lot of stuff happened.
Brock
Lesnar. Yeah, I'm sure Curbs is a little bit interested in this. He's gonna fight. So I was speculating before who he was gonna fight, and Mark Hunt was probably the guy I thought he was gonna fight the last. Like
language.
put him on the back of the list because this is a dangerous fight for Brock. Like he could legitimately
Oh, it absolutely
get
is.
fucking knocked the fuck out and then not be able to participate in SummerSlam,
or SummerSlam,
and
yeah.
which is what WWE is promoting him to return at. So like this is serious. Mark Hunt is the one guy where it was like, don't fucking make him fight Mark Hunt because he's gonna lose. Make him fight Bigfoot Silva. It's a guaranteed fight. Bigfoot's
Yeah.
gonna get knocked out by Brock Lesnar. It's done. There you go.
Yeah, but
Easy fight.
You know what?
That's
Though,
the thing, like, it's also that, like, what ranking is Hunt? He's like
He's
5,
high.
6?
He's high.
Yeah.
So even if he
so
wins,
they're just throwing Lesnar into the top 5 immediately.
it's so
Like, that-
weird. Oh
that is
my
weird.
god. And
guaranteed though, like at least on the WWE's end, there is something in that contract that gives them money if he
WWE is
can't
getting
show up.
some of Brock Lesnar's money.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, the contract works in their favor for sure. But like, here's some things that are going on that's weird. USADA, which is the company or the power
Drug
that
doping.
controls the dose or the drugs in the UFC. So
Anti-drug.
you're supposed to take a 4-month period after you announce your unretirement. So Brock
Well,
Lesnar's
okay.
just waiving this. The UFC.
no,
No, they knew.
No,
They
no,
knew
the
about it.
UFC is waiving this.
Yes, the UFC is the one that is waiving this.
No,
Yes.
but I'm pretty sure it's in his WWE contract that he gets one UFC
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah. But Curbs. So
They
you
knew
saw
that he
that.
was
No,
coming back,
but the
though.
USADA is the doping agent that it takes care of the UFC. So you must unretire, and then for 4 months they're gonna test you. They're gonna test you
Well,
for
it- no,
whatever.
And I'm sure they
it-
have been, though.
You're in for random drug testing.
for 4
within
months.
those 4 months.
Yeah.
But he probably did give them notice, though.
Oh no!
No.
The problem is not with Brock Lesnar. Right now, the problem is that UFC is giving preferential treatment to Brock Lesnar.
To Lesnar, yeah.
And like Mark Hunt is straight up saying like, I think that Brock Lesnar is juicing, and I'm gonna kick his fucking ass, but it's unfair. It's straight up unfair, and I agree with fucking Mark Hunt. It's ridiculous.
He has 2 months ish. No.
So
it's
we
not
know
even
for a
2 months.
fact
It's like
that
6
he
weeks or something.
didn't give notice.
Oh no! Look, the
Or like that
problem.
UFC
Look, the problem is not Brock Lesnar.
No, I know that. I understand what you're saying.
There's not 4 months. They straight up just
Yeah.
happened.
It's like
They
6
signed the
weeks
contract
between
like last
signing
week.
the contract. And
Yeah.
So, no, okay, Curbs, what's your issue?
No, I don't have an issue. I was just asking a question.
Oh yeah, no, he was just thinking that Brock Lesnar did the 4 months, but no, he didn't. And
Because like I would have thought that because I know it would have
Because
had.
the
to have
thing
been
is,
in
like, Lesnar's been talking to Dana for like 6 months.
Gotcha. But
But again, it's between Dana and the Forenzo brothers, and then Lesnar to then come up with a contract. And once they have a contract between the two of them, or have a
it has to be 4 months before the fight.
Yes.
no.
Well, kind of, yes.
It should be.
It should be right.
But in this case, because of like Lesnar and Dana having their discussions of a proposed fight, now then Lesnar has to take that to McMahon and then get that signed off on. Because he had to get it signed off by McMahon to be able to do this fight.
Yeah, and the things that I heard, at least on the WWE side,
And
or
that
rumor
didn't
mills on the
happen
WWE
until
side,
like the 1st of June or the 2nd of June or something like that. And then they
Right.
announced it at whenever the fuck the last UFC was.
the only
195.
reason why I was asking the question is just because I've heard. I mean, obviously, I haven't read the contract, but I've heard that it's in his WWE contract that he does get to fight one match while he's.
and that's all
so,
because
like,
of monetary reasons. Because they were like,
Right.
we can't pay this. Let's get the UFC to pay the
So,
rest
like,
of it.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe like they knew the fight was going to happen, so maybe he is being. He's just been randomly
No.
tested. No?
No.
Okay. Well, no.
He's in this USADA testing pool right now. As of right now, he's in there. But like his
Yes.
fight is going to happen in what, less than a month? UFC 200
yeah,
is
yeah, it's less than a month.
month.
It's on the 7th, and
Yeah.
today's the 9th.
Yeah.
So now he is up for the normal testing up to the fight point, and then he'll have to pee in the cup the night of and all that type of shit. But yeah, he's being excused for the first 4 months, which likely means as he was preparing for wrestling or whatever, he was taking something that was a banned substance. I'm not saying he's juicing, but there's a lot of shit on that banned substance list that I take.
It is ridiculous, yeah.
It's just, if you take a typical protein powder, there's something in there that's a banned substance. I can guarantee you. You have to you're like, they are so idiotically stringent on what you can have in those drug tests. It is just fucking stupid almost.
But hey, Brock Lesnar's back. Holy fuck.
and that's why they waive. That's why they're giving him special.
That's why the
treatment, 'cause
UFC's waiving.
He's gonna
it.
draw.
I am sure
he is gonna draw.
I am sure that the two main event guys, which is Jones and the champion Cormier, I'm sure that those two guys are happy because they're making pay-per-view money. So those pay-per-view buys are going to go up. So those guys are fucking happy. It's all around. I think
Now-
everybody's happy about this.
I think everyone's
except
happy.
maybe Mark Hunt.
Like,
But
the only-
Mark Hunt's happy too. It's just he's got to spice up the match a little bit, and you know
the only people that
hopefully
are
attack him.
really going to be buying this more so than if they weren't before would be WWE fans.
Yeah,
I don't see anyone else
I'm
other-
interested in it.
outside of.
but that still could be a
that.
big number though.
Yeah, and yes, it probably is, but that's like just some Joe Schmo that sometimes watches the UFC is not going to really care too much that Lesnar's back.
no, but he's going to bring a lot of eyes for sure.
Yeah, no, he'll probably bring in 500,000 or so extra buys.
Oh yeah, for sure. Probably more. I would say 1 million, because I think without Brock Lesnar, this would probably sold like 1.5 to 2 million, and like with him there, it's gonna do at least 2.5.
As soon as the Connor pulled his shit, the draw.
Oh yeah, that's the thing
probably-
about UFC 200. It's so crazy all the stuff that actually happened on that card, because it was supposed to be McGregor's card first, right?
Yep.
And then he dropped out. So like all the stuff that like the Brock Lesnar news is fucking ridiculous, because this wouldn't have never happened without all that stuff happening beforehand. All right, Michael Page will be fighting against Evangelista Cyborg Santos July 16th,
No relation.
and he will be and he will be replacing Fernando Gonzalez. Or no, sorry, he was supposed to be fighting Fernando Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And now he will be fighting Evangelista Santos. He was, Cyborg. If you heard that name, you probably associate it with her more than you do him.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know who this guy is, actually.
He is the ex-husband of Cyborg.
Oh.
Yes, and they had the same name.
Okay.
And that's going to be an awesome fight. Like, that's a legit fight in Bellator that you should look forward to. So that's next month. Let's talk about Ariel Helwani really quick and what happened with him at UFC 199. I think that this overshadowed a lot of stuff, like Brock Lesnar returning and Michael Bisping winning the belt. This overshadowed a lot. Because to me, the only thing that this showed to me, like Ariel Helwani was on, and he does a lot of weird stuff, so I'm not really worried about Helwani. But to me, this shows that the UFC are huge bitches. Because basically, Ariel Helwani leaked that Brock Lesnar was going to be at 200 like a few hours before the pay-per-view went on, right? So like he leaked it a little bit before the UFC did. So he
leaked both stories of
and then Diaz and McGregor being at 202, yes. So the UFC weren't very satisfied. So he was there the whole event, right? He was there the whole time, and then the main event started, and they were like, okay, you got to get out of here. Not only do you have to get out of here, your other partners that are here for MMA
everyone to do with MMA
have to also leave, which that to me is fucked up, because the photographer, like she's cool. I follow her on Instagram. She doesn't give a shit what Ariel Helwani does. Like, it's totally unrelated. He's a journalist. She's a photographer. It has nothing to do with each other. And it was just so weird, all that stuff. So he's unbanned now. So
now the thing I don't entirely understand, I know Helwani was talking on his show and all that shit, the MMA Hour, regarding some of this shit, but how did he find out that Lesnar was coming back to then be able to put that out?
Well, so he has a lot of friends, so I know that for sure he talks with what's his name, the ECW guy. Curbs, help me out here. Paul Heyman. So I know he's friends with Paul Heyman, and he can reach out to him whenever he wants. So maybe he reached out to some people that just know Brock Lesnar, and they were like, I heard he was fighting in UFC, and he has a lot of connections that we don't have. So I'm not surprised that he would know that in advance, because he's.
But again, wouldn't it come back down to the guy who told him, or something along
those
lines?
It should not be. They should not have come down on Ariel, and that's my problem. That's the only fucking problem I have with this story, is that the UFC handled this like fucking crybabies, where they just looked like, hey, Ariel, you gotta leave because you leaked the story. What?
Especially with the Diaz or the Diaz McGregor thing, so it would have had to have come from either Diaz's camp or McGregor's camp. That news likely because they would have been the only two, and the UFC. So those three groups are the only ones that would really know that contract or that deal was actually signed.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I would understand that Helwani would actually know those three groups, and from one of those three, he likely could have talked to someone. But then it would be on to those teams that then told him before it actually being released.
He's a journalist. He should not be in trouble for fucking journalism.
From a complete outsider's perspective on this thing, I actually heard about this, and my first thought was that's a bit of an overreaction on the UFC's part to ban someone.
And Helwani
for a leak.
Helwani was on his show MMA Hour, and he talked 2 hours about just this. And I don't think that it was Dana White, because Dana White is ultimately the guy who came up to him and said you got to leave. But it's definitely the Fertitas that were just. I think that they were fucking. They have their panties in a bunch, and they're rich. They're rich white people. When people talk shit about them, they're not used to it.
Because the whole issue is he is a journalist, so he has the whole what is this First Amendment, I guess.
Mm-hmm,
what is so there's a huge fucking problem with them actually doing that to a journalist. It's not like it's some guy that just tweeted this and they kicked out because they tweeted it. He's a fucking journalist, so he actually has all that shit, and there would have been a huge fucking lawsuit. Huge fucking lawsuit.
On the other hand of things, though, and not to say I do agree with you. I'm just for conversation purposes. Sometimes at least with journalists, is you have connections and you have you get privileged information sometimes, and sometimes that information is off the record. And if you're gonna sometimes if you want to break a story or something, you got to be willing to burn bridges, and that's what this guy did.
Possibly, he's done this multiple times before.
Oh yeah, no. If you are interested in this story at all, look. If you're interested in this story at all, just listen to the MMA Hour from Monday. It's on YouTube. Just MMA Hour. It's probably gonna be the first thing that comes up, and it's just him talk about this. He has a huge long story. He's from fucking Montreal. He moved there with his parents. What country was it? I don't remember. Somewhere Middle East, and then and then he came here, and he has a long story. And even in the UFC, he's done a lot of stuff that he does not think was ethical. He took money straight from the UFC. He worked for the UFC as a journalist. He worked for the UFC. He took money from them. So as a journalist, that's also not ethical. So there's a lot of bullshit going on behind.
But you know what? At the end of the day, I didn't know his name before, and now I do.
Yes.
And sometimes as a journalist, you got to make the call whether or not sometimes you got to burn the bridge, especially even if it's the one that's most profitable for you to put your name out there. Right. And now everyone knows who he is.
Yeah, and he's on ban now, so he's going to be at the next UFC already.
Oh, well then, wow.
Now, they banned him from getting press passes, is what the ban actually was.
Yes.
Because he did, so he could have technically bought
his own
something
ticket,
whatever. Now, doing that to every fucking event is fucking ridiculously expensive. Because he goes to he flies to Europe and goes to those events as well. Because in this case, he's actually I wouldn't even be because he's part of a company, it'll be all paid off through the company and everything. But that would be a huge expense that they probably couldn't afford because he's no longer with Fox News and all that type of shit. So he doesn't have the fucking money to do that anymore. But yeah, but it was as a press is what he wouldn't have gotten is the whole thing.
Okay.
He was banned for.
Let's run down this MMA news super quick. So Michael Bisping beat Luke Rockhold to win the UFC middleweight title. That was ridiculous.
Holy shit!
That was the most crazy thing that happened.
What the fuck?
Yep. And
Matt and I were watching this together, and both of us were like, "What? What?"
Something else that was so shocking.
Nowhere in hell.
Something else that was so shocking that even I heard about it, and I wasn't even watching the thing.
That was crazy.
Just ridiculous.
That whole 199 card was off the wall. I think there's 2 or 3 fights that went to decision, and even those fights were fucking amazing. The first fight I went to decision. Oh no, the first fight was a KO right at the very end. So it was 3 rounds of just this dude getting a fucking almost KO, and then this dude almost getting a submission, and then another KO almost happening. That was the whole fucking fight, and that was my fight of the night. And I don't think it got fight of the night, but
Dong Kim got
Oh,
quite a
that was the first fight. That fight was fucking insane, and that's the thing that pissed me off about the UFC. That arena was empty.
at that time. Yeah.
Yes, and I hate watching.
Well,
that.
that's what the fucking prelim. Like, no, people are fucking stupid. You spend like $100 on a fucking ticket,
and you just go see the main event
there. Yeah.
Yep, and then
Like 5.5 hours of actual legitimate fighting.
For me, so UFC is happening in Ottawa in a week and a half. So for me, I'm going to be there the whole time, but I'm going to be walking around and like getting a drink here and getting another drink there, maybe getting dinner halfway through the card and then going back to the event. So like, I get it because I went to Bellator, and if you're going to sit there for fucking 6+ hours, it's long. It's ill. You're just like, man, please, come on, get to the cage, hurry up, run in there, fight.
Yeah, and
please.
that is one of the things, though, is that they do, well, especially if it's a first round stoppage, there's a long time between that fight and the next fight.
That's something that Bellator does not have a problem with. Bellator does not have a problem where they got to do a fight every 30 minutes for like, for purposes of betting and for purposes of being on TV. They only do that during the main card when everything else is just like fight, go. If it's a KO, go.
Like the UFC prelims, I think they just go fight.
Nope. Because of the betting. Because UFC is so big, so they must go every 30 minutes for the fighting purposes, or the betting purposes. Yes. So yeah, no, that UFC 199, it was an amazing card all around.
Well, you missed the Hendo knockout.
Oh yeah, well I was gonna bring that up. Hendo knocked out Hector Lombard on the main card.
Lombard was on the ground for so fucking long. I seriously thought he was dead.
Dude, it was a back elbow. How often does that happen?
In that angle,
not like that.
Never. I can fucking get. There's nothing like he threw a punch and then threw a kick, and then
came back with his elbow cut. Like
Lombard was like trying to take him down. Or
he was bending over,
and he was just like boom, and Lombard just dropped and was face planted on the ground for about 8 minutes. It was fucking ridiculous.
It was pretty ridiculous, and like. Alex Caceres defeated Cole Miller. That was also one of my favorite fights, and that was a decision fight.
Surprised that he was able to push him around like that.
Caceres did very good because he was only in trouble that one moment where he almost got armbarred, but except for that, he was throwing Cole Miller to the ground. And
he was smart enough to not to go to the ground with him, knowing that Miller's really decent. He's brown or black, but he's pretty fucking good on the ground. Because he's got fucking lanky as all hell limbs.
Yeah,
but
the one time he stayed on the ground, he was in trouble, so he knew not to do that after that. But is that it for the UFC news? Let's see what else do I have.
Koscheck is out.
Oh yeah, Koscheck is out of the daily fight, so there you go. Bellator 158, immediately less interesting to me. Oh, and then Muhammad Ali died.
That's unfortunate.
Kimbo Slice died from
Kimbo Slice. That was a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was 42, so he's not all that old.
No, exactly.
He had heart complications, which then they needed a transplant or something. But then he died within like 6 to 8 hours of being put on the transplant list.
It's crazy because when you think about it, his last fight, like with Dada 5000, like they both almost died.
Yeah. Well, Dada actually went to the hospital.
Yeah, Dada was really close to dying.
Mm-hmm. Like his heart stopped and he passed out. It's like what?
I feel like I'd have more to say on Muhammad Ali's death, but like the radio has just been like nonstop with it.
Well, Curbs,
and I get it.
Curbs. All I can tell you is you've seen him on WWE as well. The only thing I can tell you about Muhammad Ali is if you've never seen him fight Antonio Inoki, do that because it's so interesting. It was like the earliest example of MMA. Wrestling fans can enjoy it, boxing fans can enjoy it, MMA fans can enjoy it. Like check that out. It's on YouTube because that fight was super weird. So there you go.
Like, well, Ali was one of the first fighters that really promoted himself. So he really changed everything. Was the big thing. And just if you go back and watch his fights, just how he just absolutely crushed people in the fucking ring. He was like so much better than everyone else at the time. It was just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and he knew how to advertise himself, and a
Yeah.
lot of that had to do with his love for wrestling as well.
Yeah.
It was
So-
a lot like what McGregor is doing now is who he was back in the fucking 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was Clash of Clay, like before he was even Muhammad Ali, he was doing like he was just smack talking and then backing it up.
He was always very smart for his age. Like when he was really young, like he was just very mature individual and very like he tried to make a difference, and I think he did.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of the other things of like what happened to him. I don't know if maturity is quite the right word, but yeah, like the whole thing, like why he was stripped of the title as Cassius Clay because he refused to be enlisted to Nam because like why the fuck do I want to go fight this war for you? And he like that's when he became idiotically popular, of like because he's like why the fuck do I want to go fight him at white man's war?
Which was pretty brave of him to say out loud and be so
Yeah,
outspoken
and he ended
about.
up going to jail for that. He ended up getting stripped of the title, and then a few years later, or whatever, like years later, then he was, for that particular reason, the Muslim community ended up like giving him the name Muhammad Ali. So he was then reborn as
Muhammad
that.
Ali.
So like it's, yeah,
It
like,
was
he did a lot.
It was funny. There were so many different parts of the U.S. and probably Canada too, like just North America in general, that hated him for the things he said and the stance that he took. And it's surprising. I was listening on the radio, and something that kind of made me chuckle was that, someone said they were surprised that he wasn't one of the assassinations, that happened in that time.
Yeah,
like he's surprised that he did live to die of old age or whatever. Yeah. So,
Well, yeah, the old age
Good.
isn't entirely killed him, but
no. Yeah. But yeah.
okay. Matt's just gone to take a piss apparently. So I don't know if we should go on to the next story or wait for Matt, because I don't know how long it takes for him to piss. Is he an old man pisser or?
I don't know. We're just about to go on to if we stay on MMA, I don't really know much about MMA, and if we go to WWE, I'm sure he wants to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know what he wants to talk about.
Let's go on, and I'll do my best. Like what?
FAIOR.
FAIOR.
Video Anklo. I don't know how to fucking say his last name.
Right.
FAIOR is the best
Air quotes, gotcha.
heavyweight non-UFC fighter.
Okay.
In MMA.
And so what's Fight Pass?
Fight Pass is UFC's online library plus live streaming events.
Okay.
So he's with a separate
It's
company.
called EFN.
Yeah, thank you. That's then has a contract with the UFC to then air their shit on Fight Pass, but yet
he's fighting.
FAIOR then signed later with these guys that then
he's fighting.
It's a bunch of weird shit.
He's fighting Fabio Maldonado, which used to be in the UFC.
Yeah,
and he used to be a light heavyweight, not even a heavyweight. So
he was a light heavyweight that should have been a middleweight.
Yeah, so I mean, FAIOR should win this.
Should. But that's a weak ass fucking fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, yes.
FAIOR is supposed to be. That is a horrible fucking fight. That's like Kimbo Slice and Data 5000.
CM Punk.
Well, CM Punk backed out of his fight though.
He's
fighting
fighting
in 202.
August.
Oh,
Yeah.
they
2-2?
rebooked it. Okay.
Yeah, he's fighting. What's his name? I just read it today.
It hit the same guy, I'm assuming.
Is it the same guy?
Same guy. So
I'm assuming.
Mickey something.
No, it was a really young-looking guy.
Yeah, Mickey something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mickey something is who he was supposed to fight at 200.
Mickey Gall.
Okay.
I don't know how well he's gonna do.
Yeah, that's it. CM Punk.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't.
he's a hard worker, but this is I don't know.
There's been a lot of talk about his jiu-jitsu's pretty shit.
Ooh,
Yeah, August 30th or 20th. Sorry.
And that's 202.
Yeah.
Or okay,
Yeah.
so That's the same as
You know what though? Win or lose, once he's done with this, at least he can say he did it. And I think that's
Yeah.
I
really
guess so.
what he's setting out to do.
I think one fight and him getting his ass whipped is not him doing it.
No, so hopefully he doesn't get his ass
He's
whipped.
married to AJ Lee. That's all I can say.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
She's a former wrestler.
She's a pretty attractive former wrestler.
Pretty attractive.
He's good. He's fine. He's good
Well,
in
you know,
life.
but yeah, the whole UFC, the point that he left the WWF, I'm not
be in
calling it
UFC.
WWE, to do a fight, and it's taken him, like, he did that contract. How long has it been since he did that contract?
Apparently,
A year and a
it's the
half.
delays.
A year
lot
and a
of-
half.
A large part of the delays is apparently due to injuries he sustained while wrestling. I don't know how
No,
much.
at first, yeah, no, he was when he first signed. Like, I don't think he was gonna fight within that first at least a year. So
He was taking, I think 8 months was the first
Yeah,
thing, because
something
to
like that,
learn,
8
and
or
then he
9
did a
month,
camp,
yeah.
and then that. But I don't know what exactly happened. I think it came to that 8 months, and it's like, my jiu-jitsu sucks balls. I'm gonna get my ass raped. And then they continued, like, then that's probably when he started doing the wrestling shit and then ended up getting hurt. Because at the end of that original period of what he was supposed to do, his camp and everything, it came back that he was not fucking good enough. He was not fucking ready. His camp said he is not fucking ready, and he is not
well, he's
fighting.
with Jackson's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jackson will tell you, no, you are not. You are going to get your fucking ass raped, and you're going to make me look bad. Fuck you, you're not fighting. Like, Jackson will straight up tell those fighters that.
For
And-
sure.
Which is one of the reasons why Penn went to Jackson's as well, is because he wants that honest opinion. Because he was getting a whole bunch of yes men at his camp, so he had to go to Jackson's to get that fucking honest shit.
Okay, Curbs.
What's up? All right, so
Okay, let's do some
WWE.
WWE stuff.
All right, we'll do this real quick.
Yeah.
yes.
Well, so the
I'm
brand.
gonna go pee then.
Go for it. So the
Yeah.
the brand split is pretty much the biggest news in wrestling right now.
I think it's a great idea with the amount of talent that they've signed in recent months, or just with the sheer amount of young talent they have down in NXT.
Well, so my question is, what do you think SmackDown will become? Because right now, there's a lot of NXT guys that I think should be brought up, but if you bring all of them up, then what the fuck is NXT?
I think NXT is fine. I think it's in good hands with Triple H running it, and the Performance Center. It has been producing a lot of good talent that haven't been able to really get on even NXT television just because of how backed up the roster is. And it's not only that. There's a lot of guys like. If you look at, like, let's say, use the women's division as an example on Raw, there's a lot of really, like, as in contrast to the last few years or ever, really, the women's division is incredibly stacked right now, and there's some girls that are being held on superstars because there's no time for them on Raw because girls only get 1 or 2 storylines an episode.
Well, honestly, all the women's stuff has been Charlotte. That's it. If you've watched Raw or SmackDown, that's the only person you fucking
and right
see.
now she's feuding with Natalia, who in my opinion deserves to be on TV because she's been there for a while and she hasn't really had a great run.
Let's moving away from Natalia right now, right? And it's going towards Becky and
Becky. But like that's what I mean. Like you've got, while the whole thing that with Natalia was going on, you did have Sasha was injured, but you have Becky Lynch on the sidelines. You have Paige on the sidelines. Nikki Bella's coming back soon, I think. The women can wrestle now, and it's actually
Yes.
pretty good.
they're not
So-
they're not models who can't do shit.
Exactly, but I was just using that as an example. For every woman that's sitting on the sidelines just because there's not enough TV time, there's 5 more guys that kind of seeping into the next news item. Cody Rhodes is one of those guys that would have really benefited from a brand.
Well, yeah,
split
sure.
because
Here, yeah, exactly.
He's got the talent.
I
He's
think
got
that
the charisma.
I think
He
all
had
those
the character.
dudes. I think that all the dudes that left, like Damian Sandow, Ryback, maybe not Adam Rose so much, but I think all of those dudes would have benefited from.
I think Ryback and Rhodes definitely would have. I don't think Damian Sandow. I don't think they were ever going to do anything else with him. And
no.
I disagree with that. I disagree. I think he was a great talent and had a great
yes,
character.
for sure.
But I don't think WWE saw that.
Oh no, hey, I agree with you. I don't think that WWE would have done anything with him ultimately, but at least it would have been a chance. And Adam Rose would have just been another social outcast. He was
But
not
with
the
this-
main social outcast dude. So
Yeah, you're right. But I just think that there's still too much other talent for Damian Sandow to even have stick around, even with a brand split.
No, because I think that right now is the mid card is what's gonna be good about SmackDown.
It's good
and
right
Raw.
now.
Yeah, it's good, but it's always the same fucking shit. It's always like the Miz is there, or like it's always the same people.
By the way, he's the other than Seth Rollins, he's the company's best heel.
Sure.
Easily.
What about Chris Jericho?
Oh, good one. Good one. All right, you got me.
Thank you. What about Seth Rollins?
I said other than Seth Rollins.
Okay, sure. You did say that. You're right.
Although after that 20, I don't know if you watched.
So
the
no,
24.
that dude. Let's just touch about the 24.
Sorry.
Anything that anything that is 24, where they put like some guys that are heels, they will always come out looking like fucking amazing
I know.
good guys.
Like one of the main complaints, the only complaint about that episode, because it was a really good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that people were posting online on the Reddit and everything that how am I supposed to hate this guy now? Seriously, he put in so much work to get back. And but anyways, as for the brand split, it's been a long time coming. I think I have a friend who actually worked for the Fan 590 here in Toronto. He worked. I think he moved to TSN recently, but he did the podcast there with what's the guy's name that does the Aftermath.
I don't know the girl's name either.
The girl's name is Jackie something.
Redmond.
Jackie Redmond. Yeah, the guy, the redhead guy.
I met him in Toronto.
Yeah, he did the podcast with him, and he predicted the brand split months ago before he even left Fan.
Well, I think it was obvious once fucking Shane stuck around that something.
Well, no,
was
it was
happen.
even before that. Like once they signed. Once they signed AJ Styles, you kind of had to start thinking they're signing like around that time they were signing a lot of guys.
They were signing a lot of guys, but all of them were for NXT, and that's what I'm curious about right now.
They're only in NXT as a placeholder.
No, because Samoa Joe's been there for way too long. Samoa Joe needs to fucking get the fuck out of there.
No, but that's what I mean. Samoa Joe is also a veteran of the industry, and I think he's down there. Really, you also have to remember that NXT is a developmental brand, and some of these guys are down there not because they're not good enough, but because they're good. They're so good that they're there to help.
No, hey,
younger
I totally get you, and I get you, but I feel like Joe shouldn't have been there as long as he has been, because I love Joe more than I do AJ Styles. That's just me. Yeah. I know a lot of people will not agree, but Joe's just been that dude in TNA that you can just rely on for so long, and AJ Styles the same way, but.
There's different reasons to keep guys down there. I mean, Nakamura's down there just because he's coming from Japan and his style is so.
Well, Nakamura's different. Only there, to get adjusted to that style.
He's getting adjusted, and he's getting other people adjusted to him because he does.
That's the only reason, because he's the only NXT dude that is making WWE money.
Exactly.
So they need to bring him back up ASAP.
As for the just because we should get through this quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
As for the Adam Rose thing, Adam Rose it was pretty obvious when it was announced that he got let go or released. Mm-hmm. It was pretty obvious that he actually wasn't on the chopping block, which is why I think he did have a spot here, especially with the Social Outcast. But it was his. Was it him? He was being a little too vocal on social media about his suspension, which is what kind of shifted him. I think there was someone else that was supposed to. It was supposed to be someone else.
Who's the diva that spoke out for Ryback and Rose?
I can't remember who it was.
It was a black lady that was not so good anymore.
Oh,
she
yes.
was in developmental.
I kind of know
not
her. Not
Naomi, the other Funkadactyl.
Total Divas, but Naomi. No,
Naomi's
Trinity.
Whatever her name is.
Whatever her name.
She's gone now.
She's gone. Ryback. He was doing some things near the end of his run that I was actually finding funny. He wore a belt on the WrestleMania 32 pre-show.
Mm-hmm, that said pre-show.
It's a pre-show stopper.
Yeah.
Which I thought was amazing. But he had a problem with the company as well as Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes deserved way better than he got.
Well, the good thing about
he
Rhodes,
left on his own terms. I get that.
The good thing about Rhodes is he's gonna do exactly like what's that dude that's in TNA and ICW right now?
The black guy?
Drew Galloway.
Drew Gallo.
He was in
Drew
WWE.
McIntyre.
Yes, Drew
He was
McIntyre.
Drew
Yes.
McIntyre, yes.
Yeah, he's doing phenomenal outside
right.
of the WWE right now.
And
So
dude,
hopefully
Cody Rhodes is
Rhodes
gonna be
can
a
do that
huge draw.
too.
I think one of his
Yeah.
first matches is going to be just an independent match against Kurt Angle, which is pretty cool. I could be wrong about that though. Anyway, moving on to recently. Did I just lose my audio?
No, go for it.
Okay,
Keep going.
sorry. Last night was the first NXT takeover since Takeover Dallas, which, in my opinion, destroyed WrestleMania. It happened. NXT Takeover Dallas happened the Friday before WrestleMania, and it was such a better show using pretty much anyone who doesn't follow the WWE very well, or not, like a casual fan, whatever. They don't know who these guys are, and that show, the wrestling in that show, and just the performances were amazing. And compared to WrestleMania, it was just absolutely amazing. But this is the first show, or pay-per-view, I guess you can call it, even though it's not pay-per-view. Since then, I haven't really been watching NXT, so I'm just going to go through these real quick.
Why the fuck did the Revival beat American Alpha? I don't even watch NXT, and that's
that's
stupid.
the thing. I actually didn't. I didn't watch the beginning of this.
Okay.
I have an idea though. Anyways, we have a new wrestler that I actually haven't seen because I haven't been watching too much of NXT. He defeats Ty Dillinger. Don't know why that's happening. Ty Dillinger, I thought was going to be getting a push, but whatever. The Revival regained their tag team titles after losing them before to American Alpha, and they're probably going to go back and forth for a while. I think that's why.
I think that American Alpha might be brought up when the
possibly
split
when the
happens.
brands. Yeah, but they could have waited because I think there might be another takeover. But no, maybe not actually.
We'll see.
Because the takeover is like in a few weeks, or the brand split's in a few weeks. Anyways,
July 9th?
So yeah, you're probably
so
right.
It's a month from now.
American Alpha is probably going to get called up. Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Austin Aries, which is kind of a no-brainer because you kind of want this guy to keep winning. You don't want him to appear weak for when they eventually do move him up, even though you also want to promote Austin Aries as a strong wrestler.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like most TNA dudes that you hire should just be jobbers.
I disagree
except for
with that.
Samoa Joe. Who else?
I disagree with that because there's a lot of good. Well, AJ Styles.
They can do whatever the fuck they want them to do.
But
though.
AJ Styles, yeah, sure. But AJ Styles is he didn't
It's scripted.
They didn't even bother bringing him to NXT.
Yeah, we do know that.
Didn't even bother bringing him to NXT. They're just like, go up there.
Because people were wanting him that badly. For the women's title, Asuka retains against Nia Jax. It was an okay match. It wasn't.
What's Nia Jax?
Nia Jax is.
She
she's
can only do so
improving,
much.
but there's not much she can do, and Asuka is just a really good performer. And then the first ever steel cage match in NXT, Samoa Joe retains his NXT title against Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor has been without the title for a while now, a couple months.
These are two dudes that are gonna go up when the brand split happens.
Well,
Like it's just
Samoa
gonna
Joe
happen.
will stay to job to the next best, the big NXT superstar. But I really predict. I think Finn Balor is going to come up very soon.
I could see them both like straddling the line and being in both shows, like KO, KO.
I don't think so.
I could see it
because
happening.
The reason why I don't think so is because NXT is taped and Raw is not. And
Yeah,
SmackDown
but they did it
will
with KO fine.
Yeah, but that was improvised. They had to do that because their initial plans got screwed up when Sami Zayn got injured.
All right, I don't know. I watched that stuff with KO. It was all good.
In terms of Finn Balor's future, I can see them bringing him up soon, maybe to feud with AJ Styles for the rights to lead the club, because in Japan, after AJ left to go, I think he wrestled with TNA.
That stuff with the club is stupid right now.
I don't think so. I kind of like what's going
fucking
on
stupid. No, because they could have had a good angle where they had John Cena and AJ Styles be a team, and then actually.
I wouldn't have liked that. That would.
But why do that fucking split angle the week before that? Why do that? Why even have that there?
What split angle?
Because they split the week before fucking AJ Styles attacked.
Oh, they did it it was a twist, man.
No, because they did it so like he's okay.
It
I'm
wasn't
leaving.
good. I liked it.
No.
I actually liked it. I don't know why you have a problem with it.
Because they
I thought it worked
think about
well.
some stuff way too much, and then some stuff where they have where it's gold, like
It was-
like the golden truth. Let's say the golden truth. Why has that angle been going on for 5 months? They should have
were
been a
trying to
tag
drop
team
that.
5 months ago.
No, that's true.
Like,
true.
Like fuck's sakes,
Dude, with-
why
with-
are you drawing that out?
With
make them a
WWE
fucking tag team.
storylines, you either win them or you lose them. They're either bad or they're good.
God,
I like the whole the heel turn for AJ Styles was perfectly done. I think
I don't think it was
perfect
bad.
execution.
I don't think it was bad. It's just
because I actually thought he was going to fight alongside of him until
he should
didn't.
have. He should have.
No, that
he
would
should
have
have.
been boring,
'Cause
dude. I'm
it
so
would have made
done.
more sense. It would have made more sense.
No, dude, they would destroy them.
They would
It
have.
wasn't even a fair fight.
They would have.
No. Anyways, that's in terms of I only have NXT news just because
And then Finn Balor could have showed up curbs. Like, oh
that'll still happen. That'll still happen.
God, it was perfect. Anyways, I don't know. I feel like it was very flip floppy with that stuff, but whatever. All right, we're done talking about wrestling. There
Yep.
you go. All right.
Oh, Joker's awake. Or Leland. God damn. This is going to take a while for me to get used to.
What? Huh?
Okay. Let's just say that we're gonna take some calls right now. So you can call me. It's Wild Matt, M-A-T-T, Wild Matt, and then just if anybody's here. But hey, if not, hey, new releases. Mirror's Edge Catalyst came out this week.
Woo! Ish.
Psychonauts got re-released on PS4.
I don't understand that.
Woo!
Didn't sell the first 2 times. Why are they remaking it again?
SteamWorld Heist is on the PC, PS4, and PlayStation Vita. Hey, there's a PlayStation Vita game this week. That's crazy.
Holy shit! That's the first
People
one
still
in
have
like
those?
a year.
Yeah, and Kirby Planet Robobot on the 3DS, and they're re-releasing Guilty Gear Zerd Revelator, which is also coming out on the PS4. It was originally on the PS3, but now it's on the PS4 as well. The stuff that they added into that game looks really cool, like all the tutorial stuff that was not in the original game and is in Revelator. Looks really cool. If you've never seen Guilty Gear Zerd, it's an X third. That game is super badass because it looks like it's 2D the whole fucking time, and then all of a sudden it's fucking 3D.
Whoa.
It's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Curbs, imagine you're watching like I don't know, like Dragon Ball Z, and then it's 2D, right? They're just fighting, and all of a sudden the camera angle changes, and you see it's 3D.
Didn't Paper Mario do that? One of the Paper Marios?
No.
Wasn't there a Mario game that did that?
Yeah, Paper Mario changed like the perspective, but the characters still look 2D all the time.
Yeah, but still.
But the characters are still 2D the whole time. This looks like it's an anime. Imagine an anime curves, okay, right?
Yeah.
But you can like rotate it around in 3
Alright.
dimensions.
Whoa.
Oh, it's amazing. If you've never seen that game, that's the only thing that's worth seeing about that game, is how it like transforms from a 2D to 3D perspective.
You're really selling me on that game.
And that's it. That's all that came out this week. Last week there was a game that was interesting that came out called Dangerous Golf.
Well, we weren't back last week, though.
I
so-
know, but Dangerous Golf, it's that game from the people who made Burnout. And it looks like Burnout Smash, but you're a golf ball smashing through shit. Looks interesting, but like half of a game, because you're only like hitting a ball, and that's the game. That's it.
Right on.
Yeah.
That would be Criterion.
But former Criterion.
Oh, for it. Okay.
Yes. It looks really good. Like it looks a lot like Crash Mode, but you're a ball going through like. There's a level that's a bathroom. There's a level that's a living room. There's a bunch of weird levels.
Criterion was let go or closed.
No, just some guys left.
Okay.
Criterion is super weird because they got split into like 3 or 4
Yeah.
groups.
Yeah. They did the BioWare thing.
I think before we do wrap up, I think each of us should make one prediction for E3. Like a
PlayStation
big-
4 Neo. It's happening.
Okay, that. I mean, I guess that counts.
Done. That's my prediction. The
Anyone
one
else?
that's gonna
I
happen.
don't really have a prediction. I just want to look. I'm looking forward to stuff. Really.
Yeah. Well, I'm just more like Bethesda has their own fucking press conference. What the fuck are they going to talk about? They
Skyrim?
have to have. Yeah, it's possible.
Well, not,
but
or
that's
not,
what a lot of
not
people
Skyrim,
are.
but Elder Scrolls.
But yeah, Elder Scrolls. That's what a lot of people are thinking. But I don't think so. Like there's just like they have a 5-year development cycle or a 4-year development cycle on this shit. I just don't see on how the hell that's possible.
Last of Us 2.
That's what I was gonna say. I think Naughty Dog's making an announcement.
They have to,
now would it
because
be-
like what else? Like Uncharted is out.
Yeah, but maybe they're not ready to make an announcement. or release.
But announcement
that would be my only guess.
They would have like a
Or
very
maybe-
basic teaser trailer or something. Is what you're thinking?
they would have
guys?
something. Is what I'm
Guys.
saying.
Take this in. Crash Bandicoot.
No.
Come on.
No. No.
Just kidding. Oh man.
Do you remember how Crash Bandicoot was like advertised towards the end?
No, but I do remember how it was in Uncharted. Spoilers.
Crash Bandicoot was like they were just pretending that he was a human and like, hey, he's got all the ladies. Look at Crash
Yeah.
Bandicoot.
My favorite memory of Crash Bandicoot was the I can't remember. I think it was
PSX.
Nintendo. No, it wasn't. I think it was
Oh.
Nintendo did like a live action mascot fight in their building, and it's where Mario fought Sonic and Crash Bandicoot mascots, like guys in just the suits, or it might have been the other
Sounds
way,
like
or
fun.
something like that. Yeah, it was cool. It was funny. I can't remember where I saw
The
that.
best thing about Crash that is those commercials for the PSA, like when I guess it would have been around the time that Crash 2 came out. Like all those stupid commercials that they had.
Everything about advertising video games back then was terrible.
Oh, like the guy was in the suit and he's like, maybe it was Crash Kart that I'm thinking of because
But
he was
some of
in a
it's so
car
terrible. It
beside
comes
some
right around.
grandmother going,
Great.
like trying to drag race a grandmother off the line
Oh,
of
they did.
streets.
You just said grandmother. Do you remember Dead Space 2?
Yeah.
The advertising campaign for that?
No,
It's like, hey, we let your grandma play Dead Space 2. She thinks it's crazy.
no, I don't.
Like,
Wasn't it the PS3 that had
fucking
that
hell.
baby in the middle of the room? That creepy. Was it the PS3?
I do
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
remember
yeah,
what you're talking about.
There's
the creepiest commercial ever.
watching. Yeah, I can't remember what happens, but yeah, you are like there is something.
He goes like upside down or something. I can't remember.
Here, I'm looking at it on YouTube right now. The video is called "Your Mom Hates Dead Space 2." It's so hardcore. Your mom hates it. That was in 2011.
Yeah,
People were still doing that. Oh, that's like a tactic from the 90s. Hey,
Yeah,
your
pretty
grandma
much.
doesn't really like this game. I don't like this game, son. I'm gonna hit you if you play it. That's so. Ugh.
Besides
Oh my God.
predictions, what guys are you looking forward? Like, what are you looking forward to see that may have been announced and not announced?
I want to see more of the PlayStation VR stuff because the stuff I actually played seems like it's video games as opposed to some of the other VR shit that I played. So my hope is that Sony would maybe make VR legit, but we'll see.
I
sorry, in legit in what way?
Because
Like actually for gaming.
Yes, because all the games right now are like tech demos. It's like,
Tech
hey,
demos.
hey,
Right.
grab
But
this gun. You're
paying
shooting
for
this one
tech
thing.
demos.
Yes,
You're paying for
Yes.
tech demos right now.
The
which is-
few
so
games-
basically you're looking for like
an actual game.
Right.
That's I just want a game.
well, the only game that I've really it's through EVE Online. They have that, which is for the Sony one,
Hey Steiner,
Sony VR.
Steiner.
Yeah,
they made a mod where you can run Doom 1 in VR.
that's been around for a while though, hasn't it?
But that's like the truest VR game ever.
yeah.
You're like you're in Doom. You're in there.
To answer Leland's question, I think for me, either any information on Kingdom Hearts 3 or Final Fantasy 15 would be really
You'll
good.
probably get a fair bit on 15. I don't see much about Kingdom Hearts.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like that, the dream would be Kingdom Hearts, just because there's so little information out, and it's got to be coming out soon, right?
When did they announce 15? Or sorry, 13X2 or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, when was that, Curbs?
yeah.
Yeah. So sit the fuck down and shut up.
Well, I'm already sitting down, and if I shut up, I'm not doing much of a podcast. So
Personally, like I'm more so interested in what the fuck Bethesda's saying, and then I guess I'm assuming what the PC press conference is mostly going to be about VR.
Be
I'm
DMX.
sure like 80 or 90% of it's going to be about VR. So like I really think there's what I think, because Bethesda, what, 6 or so months, whenever Fallout came out, about a month after that, they said Bethesda has 6 games on the way. One of them was Doom, which, well, obviously came out and did pretty fucking well. And then there was another game, I guess it would be Dishonored 2. And then they had 4 unannounced games that they were working on. So I'm assuming they're probably going to announce all 4 of those games. I'm hoping to all fucking high hell once Fallout Tactics.
One is probably... It might not be
doing Skyrim.
Yeah, it'll probably...
It's going to be something along the lines like what New Vegas was, that there's going to be a Fallout 4.5 or something.
Or maybe they'll just tease an Elder Scrolls that isn't going to be coming out for a while.
No, that's possible because they're doing a press conference. They have to have something. But I'm really hoping they do a Fallout Tactics that it's going to be very, very similar to what XCOM is, but in the Fallout universe. That I would like just ass fuck continuously.
I would just like it to be Sunday already. Or Monday.
I'm looking forward to 3 things just off the top that have been announced. Titanfall 2, because it's going to be playable on the PS4. So that's cool. I don't have an Xbox One. So that's awesome.
Does anyone here have an Xbox One?
No, but if there's an upgraded system, that's probably the one I'm going to get, I guess. So I already have a PS4.
I mean, we'll see on Monday.
Yeah. If there's a
Second
Gears bundle, I'll probably get one.
Oh, fuck Gears. Gears sucks.
Yeah.
Gears is dead. Anyways, second game would be whatever CD Projekt Red has with Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Because that was announced years ago. I'm sure they'll finally show it now that Witcher is pretty much done, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll probably say some DLC for Witcher, and then that's about it.
Yeah, like they're on the tail end.
No, but yeah, Cyberpunk. That's definitely like, dude. How long ago did that trailer come out? Like, I remember Wheat talking about that fucking a while ago.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think I looked it up today. I think it was 2013 and 2012 is when they actually had that CG trailer with the girl in the street.
Yeah.
Like transforming. And the third game would be whatever the fuck. I had no idea until a few days ago that Sucker Punch is doing a Spider-Man game.
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch is doing a Spider-Man game, like 100% confirmed.
Does it have realistic swinging, bro? Because that's all I want.
That's all I would want to. If they just take that portion alone from the PS2 Xbox original era game, like Spider-Man 2, fuck, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Does the web connect to stuff, or does it just go in the sky? What is that?
What are they going to do with the cape physics?
It's Spider-Man.
Put it on his junk.
No.
There it is. They put it on his junk.
Yeah, where the folds are. Flapping like that.
That's interesting.
But like the fact that Sucker Punch has like an actual licensed IP and they do great with all the Infamous games, like holy shit, it could be really, really cool.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
That's the first I've heard of it, but I like what I'm hearing.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like just it would be very interesting in the way they go with that.
Hell yeah. Even like one of the most recent games for like the not Web of Shadows, the one where you could switch between the black suit and the regular suit. Even that game was really fun.
Wasn't that Web of Shadows?
It might have been. I just don't.
I think it was.
I'm getting
Shattered Dimensions is the last one I played.
Yeah, that's the one that I was getting confused with. Yeah, Web of Shadows.
Oh, okay. Because Shattered Dimensions, you had the 4 different Spider-Men, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that. I didn't play that one.
And I didn't play much of it, but I did play it.
All right.
Well, I didn't own it. I played it at a friend's place.
All right, so how about we just wrap up and then just go into after show mode?
All right.
That sounds like a plan. I don't have any credits today, so we'll just talk over the music for a little bit.
Oh, cool.
And then we'll leave.
We'll just drop the mic and leave.
I don't know. I think that was an okay first show for being back for so
you know
long.
what? It was nice to be back. It really was. But so I'm not coming back for next week. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm doing one and I'm gone.
one and gone.
One and done, motherfuckers. Yeah. One and done.
Well, season 6 was just me being sad and alone on a camera for like 6 episodes. So I will be back alone, sad.
No, I'm not going there.
If it does come to that.
Well, it would be nice-ish if we could actually get all 4 of us on camera, and then actually.
Oh yeah, so when
That's a shot at me.
Curbs is
Okay.
fucking talking, we're not all just awkwardly
Staring at Spider-Man?
Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Pretty much.
Curbs is talking.
It's all Curbs' fault.
Oh, yeah, well, whatever. I'm used to it.
You are used to it. That's what
Yeah.
your mom said.
Whoa. Easy.
Okay, I think I'm going to mute you guys because you're being a little bit vulgar now, and I'm going to say bye,
Hey,
and we'll be back next week.
It's no worse than what Leafy says, or some crazed motherfucker vegan that wants to kill everyone that eats meat.
That's
Okay.
that's Steiner. That's Steiner. Joker is the one saying sure.
Later.
Joker's is the one. No, sorry. Curbs is the one laughing,
I was the one laughing.
and I'm the one that's saying bye. Bye.
Peace.
See ya.